Hey everybody, welcome to the CULTureLandPodcast.
What the fuck's going on, baby?
I'm the host for this evening and the producer, so to speak. Alexiz had a really long work day and he might not be able to make it. Maybe he will. We will see. But shout out Alexiz, he's the fucking
Yes,
man,
sir.
and it's a nightmare without him. But we're doing it either way. So thank you guys for tuning in. Send in your clips. They don't have to be great
Send
clips.
those motherfuckers.
They don't have to be great clips. We
Better
just
fucking
like
send it.
showcase them, whatever, so that like on
Fucking
episodes
find you.
like
I'll
today, we got a homie who's
fucking send it.
we got a homie who does music, and so like in a like way where we could showcase his music, showcase your clips, kind of like bounce them together, because he doesn't have any skate clips. So send us your clips so we could just keep the fun
Dude, if
going.
you're fucking creative, then fuck with my guy. It's very simple. All right. If you don't, you don't. If you do, fuck yeah, cool. But at the end of the day, it is what it is.
100%. So I'm just gonna tell you. You can go ahead and say whatever you were gonna say about like the basketball, whatever. But I don't.
Oh
get
no, I
that.
wasn't even gonna talk about that. I was just saying like I just be looking at that shit, but that's the only thing. But like honestly, it's like I said, like every 5 minutes I'm looking at my phone just to look at bullshit. That's literally the same exact thing that I just fucking scroll through. But hey, I'm working on it. You know what I mean? Working on it.
Working on it. Are you working on it?
Fucking working on it.
He's working on it, everybody. Talk a little bit louder into the mic for me.
What's going on, baby?
Again?
What's going on, baby?
Just keep talking.
Okay. So I was gonna actually tell like it's funny. Like I'm doing this shit and I can remember like when I first met you.
Yeah.
And like it's funny as fuck because like nobody knows this. Maybe you do if you know Skyler, but this motherfucker looked like a grown ass man and like half the rate of a normal human.
Yeah.
I don't know how old you were when we started hanging out. I don't really remember. I want to say around like 15, 16,
Probably
maybe 17.
No, probably like 14.
What the fuck?
14, 15
okay,
years old.
that's even crazier. All right, so like there's one day I'm getting ready to go skate with Skyler because back in the day that's what we would always just go like ride around and we'd go to the same fucking park and go skate and kick it and bullshit. And so that's what basically we were going to do. And so I'm getting ready and my mom's like, hey, like, who is that grown-ass man out there? And I'm like, oh, that's Skyler. She's like, what the fuck? How old is he? I'm like, oh, he's only 15.
Yeah.
And she's like, what the fuck? He looks like a grown-ass man. And I was
Yeah.
like, I looked at you. And I was like, nah.
Yeah.
And I just walked out.
I had
And it was cool of me to, like, she did trip.
Yeah.
But it was
I had
like,
a lot of problems with parents, like, growing up because they always thought that I was, like, old and lying about my age.
that's
Because I
wild.
just had, like, a full-on beard, you know.
But I believe it, though. But at the same time, that fucking sucks.
I mean, I had hair on my upper lip when I was 6 years old.
What the fuck?
Yeah, hair on my upper lip. Yeah, straight up, dude. Like, no joke. We're just hairy people, I guess. My family, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, dating was so hard back in the day. Like in high school, people would be like, "How old are you?"
They thought you were the fucking.
They thought
21
I
Jump
was,
Street
like-
narc type shit.
Yeah, they thought I was like 21 years old or
Fucking
some
clothes.
shit. You know what I mean?
But then they kick it with you and they're like, oh, this fool's cool as fuck, huh?
No.
What?
No, they like never like it would be like well, I mean like when I was growing up, it would be like they would see like, "Oh, this is your boyfriend? No, you're not allowed to date him anymore." And blah blah blah, like all that shit, cuz they thought that I was, like I said, they thought I was lying. They didn't believe anything I would say. It happened more than once. It happened several times. Dating was pretty rough in high school and shit. Like as far as like dating.
Fuck, I'm not gonna sit here and say it wasn't for me either.
Well, it's rough for everybody in different ways, but like I think because I look so old, a lot of girls like me. You know what I mean?
Nah, yeah, definitely. I can see that.
So like a lot of girls liked me for like a long time, and it was just like the fact that, you know, like it was like, yeah, but your parents don't want to see us together at all because I look like I'm 25. You know what I mean? So it's like,
It's such a weird problem to have.
yeah, it's strange. Anyways, everybody, we got a special guest here.
Damn fucking right.
I still haven't even introduced you, and we're like,
I know,
like
huh?
8 minutes into the podcast or something, but 5 minutes in maybe, I don't know, but this is
It's RYLO, baby.
RYLO.
You already know what the fuck going on.
Yeah.
Same kid, same
And
dude.
you don't want people to know your real name, or is it
No.
chill?
Like, people know. It's Rylen.
Rylen,
It's
shoot.
Rylen. Yeah, Rylen shoot. You know what I mean? But a lot of people just call me RYLO because it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to remember too. So
Yeah, it's a lot like Kylo Ren. You just took
that fool's
him.
badass, and he gets bitches. So
Yeah.
it's cool.
So you're Rylo Ken.
Fuck it. I'm whatever you want me to be, baby. I got it.
I feel. But yeah, so my friend here, Rylen, he's been a friend of mine for, I mean, as long as Alexiz has been a friend of mine for a long time.
For those, like, honestly, they're like my two original OG homies. I feel like they're like the ones I always like kind of gravitated towards and like would like to kick it with when I was younger. I was like 12 years old. They were like 14, 15. But like for whatever reason, like I just fuck with these guys, go skate with them, go over to your house all the time. That shit was cool. It was a cool, fun time at the, like those few years, at least for me. I don't know about you, but for me, I was only like 12 years old. I had no care in the world. I was just skating with my homies. Got some dope ass pictures with you because you used to take pictures all the time.
Yeah.
I want you to get back into that shit.
I got a camera.
I know you do.
Yeah. I just
I know you do.
there's another guy in the area because the way that I was trying to do my shit was like I wanted to take photos and like do all that stuff, but it was mainly to try to find like an end to like some sort of video outlook. You know what I mean? Like that, like outlet, I should say, not outlook.
I can see that.
But that was originally like the whole mindset behind it was like I love photography, but I love film so much more. You know what I mean? Because I've sat there and looked at Instagram photos a bunch of times, and I've had an Instagram for like 10 years, so since before you could even put videos on there. So I've spent a lot of time looking at photos and stuff like that, but I've definitely spent more time watching movies, like films, short films, whatever, skateboarding, all that shit. So that was like that's my original, like that's what I really wanted to do. Just couldn't afford it. You know what I mean? Because video cameras were crazy, you know. But I mean, even like filming skateboarding though was like I loved skateboarding. I didn't want to get hurt too much, and then I loved making movies, so it was like fuck it, right?
Yeah.
And then I found out about Spike Jonze, and he was at this time, like he was doing like directing.
Not like what he did back. I know what you mean, because like what back in the day, like what he was doing was revolutionary in a sense of like he was recording like skaters skating.
Yeah.
And then he went on to actually make full-fledged films that were like in theaters, and they did really fucking well.
Yeah.
So like, no, I totally fucking get it.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, it's like the vibe.
Like, isn't Spike Jonze like? Isn't that film by like or like her? Isn't that a Spike Jonze film?
It might be.
I don't really know. I know it has
I know
Joaquin Phoenix in it.
He did Where the Wild Things Are.
There's a movie on that?
You never saw it?
No.
Yeah, they even did Boards. Girl did Boards, Where the Wild Things Are. Boards.
I have no fucking idea.
But
it's weird because like when you're younger, you don't really pay attention to shit like that, obviously. And when you
I
get older.
Well, it's funny because when I was younger,
Yeah, but like I'm saying, like you were probably smarter than a lot of people.
I paid more attention when I was younger. Now I pay less attention because I'm just like I'm trying to do my own thing now. You know what I mean? But No, I mean, yeah, Spike Jones, and then recently, I've always been a Kevin Smith fan. I don't know if you're like a fan of Kevin Smith, Jay and Silent Bob. Um,
See, like, I am a fan of it, but like, at this point in my life now, it's like, it's funny, but like, it's not as funny as it used to be. If that makes sense.
yeah,
But I appreciate it. I still appreciate it
yeah,
because I still think it's pretty fucking funny, like Mallrats and all that shit.
yeah,
Great movies. Clerks. I
yeah,
thought Clerks 2 was one of the funniest movies I've ever seen.
yeah. No, I mean, but my whole concept was like, I mean, he's not the best filmmaker. You know what I mean? But he's a filmmaker.
No, yeah, he did that.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did that. Yeah, he did that.
As simple as that.
And so it's like
It's fuck what you did, show me results.
Yeah.
You feel me?
100%.
I don't give a fuck about what you did. Show me results. That motherfucker got results. Spike Jones, results.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, 100%.
That's what it comes down to.
I just have a timer for the camera. The camera cuts out every couple minutes, everybody. So you gotta be like, boom, boom, boom,
That's
boom.
what what happens when you have high quality equipment, people. You feel me? You don't know about that because it's high quality. Your hands could never grasp that camera because it's high quality.
So we ate some power up mushrooms earlier.
Boop, 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 boop. Needless to say, I'm booted up.
We both are. So that being
You
said,
said we both are.
that being said,
Shit.
things might get off the rails. I might get lazy and stop the video and just keep doing audio. So I apologize in advance, time traveler. We'll see how it goes. But yeah,
Hey, what? The
we
most
took
important
some
thing?
power up.
Pastel, baby. Hold on. Pastel. You see it? You see it? Remember this face, you feel me? It's the face of pastel. Nah, I'm just kidding, but nah, for real. You see it? Ah ha ha.
Thank you for the shout out. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
But so we took some power up mushrooms, and now it's time for me to talk to you about your music. So, you were telling me that you're like more in a creative state right now. You have a project that's 24 tracks out, right? It's
Yeah.
24?
Yeah.
You have a project out right now. It's 24 tracks, but you're in the creative phase of more. How many songs do you think you've gotten like locked in so far?
So far, I'm at about 60.
60, and that's including the 24 that you already have?
No,
or?
that's not including the 24 that I already had.
Oh.
That's like, these are like all new songs. Like basically my idea and I don't know if like people do this or not, but what I like to do is I like to make a big ass pool of songs. I want to have like at least like 100, and then I want to be able to go back and pick out the best ones that I feel are the best. Or like, obviously I show these over time to some people, some of my friends and all that, and I'll get opinions and like that. But like, I may even send, like, I'll show you some, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it's like, and I like that. I even like constructive criticism. Like, I like when people tell me, like, I like this, but I think it should do this, or I like this, and I think you should do that with it, or like how, you know what I mean? Because I like to hear people's ideas, and I also like to work on myself, because, like, at the end of the day, that's what it is. But, yeah, as far as I'm concerned right now, like, I got about 60 done. And I'm honestly proud of myself, because, like, genuinely the way I like to think of it is like I'm being productive. I'm not wasting my time. I'm actually using it and creating something, if that makes sense. So
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I got about 60 of them done. I'm trying to push to 100, but I'm trying to drop a project here pretty soon.
Have you ever taken like, you're like, oh, I like this, I like these couple bars in this song, but like I don't like the rest of the song. And then the same for this song. Like, I like these couple bars. You ever try to, like, mix the, like, two different songs that were one? Not, like, at the...
I see what you're saying. I know
But,
what you're
like,
saying,
take it and, like, make something new out of...
Honestly, that's not really how I approach it, to be quite honest with you. I listen to music and I sit there and create, like I'll hear, like, for example, they'll give me, a sentence, and that's, like, my topic. And so then I'll build off that, and I'm able to create from that. So, like, but it's like I have to be in that creative mode. Like, it's a weird state of mind that I get into, but it's like I'll sit down and I'll be locked in.
Well, yeah,
and I'm like,
it can last for days.
And I'm
stuff,
really,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm really listening to the music, like, on a different level, like, not like on a normal people's level, because I feel like music is like, you listen to it and you throw it away. At least that's how I feel like a lot of people listen to music. But me, like, I like to sit there and, like, go over it multiple different times. Like, for example, like, an artist can drop a new album, and I'll listen to it that night when it comes out. And I'll sit down and listen to it the whole way through. But I'm like, also, I might be gaming it with the homies, and I might be talking while I'm listening to it. So, like, I'm not really listening. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, like, I'm listening at the same time. It's weird. It's a weird kind of, it goes hand in hand. Sometimes I'm listening. Sometimes I'm, like, able to focus. Sometimes I'm not.
Well, it's like Tool's dropped a new album, and Alexiz has told me multiple times, like, oh, have you listened to it yet? Have you listened to it yet? And it's like, no, I have to be in that space to, like...
But, hey, they dropped a new album?
I guess so, yeah.
Hey, what the fuck?
Yeah, or it came out, like, a couple months ago or something.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I wonder what it sounds like.
Yeah, I'm wondering, but I have other things that I'm trying to do, and it's like, that's going to take, like... I'm going to sit down and listen to the whole album, which is probably going to be, like, a 2.5-hour process. And then...
Because you really analyze that shit, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, like, I'm the same way.
Well, because they...
Or at least I just don't do it the same way, but I see what you're saying.
They're very mystic. Like, they... I don't know if people follow mysticism at all. But there's a lot of things, like... there's a Hindu story, right, of the Hindu gods Brahma and Vishnu, and they're, like, kind of in a dispute, like an argument over, like, who's the greater god, right? And Shiva shows up and becomes annoyed with their argument, right? And he creates a staff of light, and he sends one staff, like, to, like, it just goes, he's like, boom, and it, like, shoots up and shoots downward, right? Just endless in, like, the cosmos of space, right? And he says, whoever finds my staff is the greater god. Like, the end of my staff. Like, whoever finds the end of my staff is the greater god. And neither one can find it, but Brahma, like, lies about it, whatever. That's, like, a whole side vamp. But neither one could find it. And that's a story that involves mysticism, because Shiva is essentially, like, represented by the universe itself. You know what I mean? And then Brahma is, like, time, essentially, right?
So, like, each god is, like, essentially, like, a product of reality.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense, yeah.
But it's a mystic's point of view. Do you understand?
I got it.
Because for a long time, people don't like to explore this, but this is why people like the Buddha, who were real, Siddhartha Gautama is a, like, historically, like, real person who I feel has been deified, like, stories exaggerated and things like that. But the stories being exaggerated might just be stories that have mystic lore about them. You understand what I'm saying? So they exaggerate the story in an attempt to hide a deeper meaning, because for a long time...
I feel like that's what everything is.
Well, for a long time all across the globe, people forget this, but for a long time all across the globe, most people couldn't read.
Yeah, I believe it, though.
They couldn't. So how were they supposed to read, like, the Bible, and how are they supposed to read, like,
they can't,
you know what I mean? They couldn't. And then you have to remember that then people were persecuted for beliefs and stuff like that. So they had to hide meaning. like they had to hide the meaning of things, and because only so many people could read. So if you were writing, like
no, I see what you're saying. Basically, what they did is like, we're only gonna let you know what we want you to know.
No, it's
because you basically just said they kind of like pieced information.
No, it's
and
like
let them like read that.
No. So what I'm saying is like the story of Samson in the Bible. A lot of people will get angry at you if you say like it was or wasn't real, but the fundamental of the story is based in mysticism. Samson is the sun, right? And his hair are the rays of the sun. That's his power. His hair is his power. And once his hair is removed, he's powerless. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
So when night comes, there's no sun rays, the sun's powerless. It's like this ancient mystic storytelling. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of mysticism and stuff, you know what I mean? And Tool, almost all of their songs, like
that's really what they're about.
It's like mysticism.
What the
fuck? Deeper meaning.
You listen to like Tool. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm an avid listener. You can't tell me what song do you know? What's your favorite song? I wouldn't even be able to tell you. But like, I remember listening to them when I was younger. I've kind of like listened to them a little bit as I've gotten older, but like not really dive deep into it.
Yeah.
But
well, there's the song.
I had no fucking idea.
The song 10,000 Days, it's on the album 10,000 Days. It's, in parentheses, it's called Wings for Mary, Part 2, right? And if you listen to the song, you can, it feels like a song about a coming Messiah. Right? That's what it sounds like. Or it sounds like like a Messiah. Like it could be inferenced even as like the story of the Buddha, like leaving and like leaving behind his family and like all this stuff. But yeah, I mean the real meaning behind it is it's a song about his mom. You know what I mean? But he wrote it in a way where it's like
you would never know.
You wouldn't, unless you really wanted to know, you wouldn't know. Like, it could be about anything. You could make that song about yourself or about the coming Messiah or the or the past Messiahs or whatever the fuck. You
That's
know what
wild
I mean?
How they, like, found an aggressive way to fucking come at you and with that information. Like, that mysticism shit.
Yeah.
It's pretty creative.
Well, it's like
you have to admire it. The
song lateralis, which is also an album, but it's actually the song that's on that album, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It,
honestly, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know. Like, I have to be refreshed. I have to look at all this stuff.
I'm asking if you if you follow.
Nah.
When I say you know, it's like, do you follow what
I'm
saying?
Yeah, of course, but...
So it's like, they had an album called Lateralis, and on that album they had a song called Lateralis, and it is the Fibonacci sequence. So it's like the song is in the Fibonacci sequence, and then the way that he speaks is in the Fibonacci sequence. So it's like,
what the fuck?
Black and white are all I see in my infancy. Red and yellow then came to be, reaching out to me, lets me see. It's like, so it's like all this, like, their Tool's whole concept of like what they're doing is like, it's mysticism. It's just a new age version, you know?
What in the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm mind blown right now.
That's why they have like a cult following. You know what I mean?
Watch, now like you told me all this shit, we just talked about it. I'm gonna go back home, listen to that shit by myself, and probably start fucking with Tool heavy. Watch.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
that's fucking weird, dude.
People, I don't
can't believe I listened to something like before and just like thought nothing of it, but that shit's really on some like, it's on some real shit.
Yeah, well, Maynard, he has multiple things going on. So he's got Tool, A Perfect Circle. I think that they're still around. I don't know if that's disbanded. But then, Pussifer,
I don't know what the fuck that is, bro.
So he's got different bands.
I've never heard of this shit.
Yeah.
Honestly. I wouldn't know.
He's a genius. He's a genius. He's like on some other shit. I mean,
he has to be.
There's
the yawns.
Yeah, there's so much. But yeah, that's why I haven't listened to it, is because I'm like, this is going to take a long time, because I'm going to listen to every song. But I'm going to listen to each song individually, you know what I mean, in the order that it's supposed to be listened to. But I'm going to listen to each song multiple times, because there's going to be things that I missed, you know what I mean? And then the way that they do their music, it's like, you have to listen to the first song and then listen to it in order, and then the last song for, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to, I guess, but like,
I feel you.
There's a vibe to it. Like, it flows. It all flows into each other, you know?
No, it's like, that's, dude, Rob, our homie Rob, he was talking to me about that. Like, that's basically what Pink Floyd did. Like, all their songs flow into each other. It's like a continuous album.
Yeah.
But I don't want to say that's what it's called. It's like a different word. But basically, it's supposed to all flow into each other. You're supposed to listen to it from start to finish.
Yeah.
And, like, that's like a lot of, like, it's crazy. A lot of the best albums you've ever fucking heard are genuinely that.
Yeah.
They're all continuous albums. Like,
well,
you're supposed
to
listen start from finish, and it all flows perfectly into each other, and they just seamlessly work.
Yeah. A lot of people don't make music like that anymore.
It's like as if, like, and it's as if, like, they really made all that shit in one run. Like, one smooth-ass run, but, like, reality is, like, no.
Yeah.
And that's what's crazy.
But that's the thing, is that...
It's like, it seems like one jam sesh.
Music is almost like its own consciousness or something. You know what I mean? Like, when you can really tune into it... Movies are shit without music. I don't know if you've ever watched a rough cut of a movie.
No.
Talk again?
What is going on?
Talk?
Yo.
That was spooky.
That was very, very weird. See? Something's fucking happening right now, dude.
That's why I said don't welcome that thing.
God damn it. I didn't, though.
Just talking about it does. It's all good. Don't even worry. Look to your right.
But now I feel like we gotta talk about it, because everybody will be like, what the fuck are they talking about?
No, I can just cut that out. It's not even a big deal at all. I gotta reset the camera.
Nah, dude. Alright. Like, I genuinely feel like on some paranormal activity shit, you could take that weird ass fucking glitch noise and probably slow it down and play with it, and you would fucking hear something.
I know, but I don't want to, because I have to live here.
Do you think that's really what would happen, though, if we talked about it?
Yeah. We could talk about it somewhere else, but we just can't talk about it in this space, because that's what gives it power. You know what I mean? Those things don't have power, but you give it power. I mean, we can have a full-on paranormal podcast, but we could just have that as a different thing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, shit. Did you just breathe into the mic?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Fuck that story then.
So what was I saying before that happened?
Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, it's interesting. I don't know. Music can be like, it's almost like its own consciousness in a sense. It's like, once you really like figure it out, watching movies, without music, like a rough cut of a movie without music is shitty. Watching a TV show without like music brings suspense. Music brings excitement, joy to a movie. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that crucial, like...
Nah, like, to simply watch a movie with the sound off and tell me if you can do it.
You can do it, it's just not gonna... It sucks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Imagine deaf people.
But that's but it's a different... Even deaf people can appreciate music.
I know they can feel it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like, it all across the board, it's so superior. Because it's not even just, like, about sound, you know? It's, like, it's even above sound, because it is multiple sounds all jammed into a frequency that matches, has like beats per minute, and like, you know what I mean? Like there's fucking it's mystic. I mean, the album Dark Side of the Moon, they created that album trying to bring back Syd Barrett from a bad perma-trip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He ultimately lost his mind.
Yeah. But that, like, if you didn't know that, you know what I mean?
Like, yeah, if you had no idea, then, like, you're just like...
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure at that point in time they had, like, no diagnosis for shit like that. Or maybe they did.
No, they...
Like, if he got checked out, like, they would be like, boom. What do you think? What do you think you would have had?
Paranoid schizophrenia?
Yeah.
Probably. It's been around.
No, I know. Yeah. Like, that's definitely been around. I think, like, he basically tapped into that gene. It's probably in his genetics or some shit. Just boop. Clicked off and just...
No, I think that he just took it too far because people like Timothy Leary lied to people about LSD, and it's dangerous. I say it in a podcast that's yet to be released as of this filming, but it comes out in 2 days from now with King Louie. But we talked about how I don't think we're supposed to be taking isolated chemicals like that. You know, like even DMT.
I could see that.
You know, I think that, like...
I can understand it, but am I going to still take them? Fuck yeah. And I know that's probably stupid as fuck, but... Yeah. Honestly, no, I'm not going to do LSD, but, like, DMT is definitely an experience I'd like to have, but I think I could do that on ayahuasca, right?
Yeah, like, but I've never heard of people... that's what I would do. I've never heard of people abusing ayahuasca, and I've heard of people abusing DMT. Do you understand?
Yeah, no, I totally understand.
And it's the same thing with mushrooms.
I feel like you're spiritually wise, and like you want to be ground. I feel like you want to be with the earth in a sense. Like you want to be naturally natural. Yeah. You just want to be natural. Yeah. And like at the end of the day, like ayahuasca's that shit. Like you go to fucking. I'm sure everybody's seen these YouTube videos. If you haven't, look it up. These motherfuckers drink ayahuasca and just trip balls. Yeah. Like really trip balls, like on some other scale.
But it makes you throw up and shit. It's a very humanizing experience.
Yeah, you have a horrible, horrible experience, but you definitely, like, have hallucinations and visions.
Yeah, it's just,
But, like, what is it worth to you?
Well, that's the thing, is that it's always about, like, the exploration of the mind and trying to figure out who you really are and all that stuff. But it's, like I was saying, it's like, it was mysticism. You know, and the mysticism has been taken out of a lot of things nowadays. The answers are just there. You know what I mean? And that's a good thing and a bad thing. But it takes meaning away from certain things that people have based their lives off of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Because, like, in our day and age, if we want to know anything, pull your fucking phone out and look it up.
Yeah.
You have the information. But, like, literally, like, 50 years ago, you could not do that.
Yeah.
You just wouldn't know unless you fucking wanted to look it up.
But, I mean, originally, like, the mysticism of the Bible was because of the fact that people who followed certain beliefs were persecuted and murdered, right?
Yeah.
And so if you were writing to, like, keep the tradition going, you had to protect your people. So you would write in a mystic, you know, it's a form of mysticism. You would use mysticism to hide what you're trying to say.
It's like a weird way of marketing what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
Well, it's like subliminal messaging.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
That's what it is. Yeah. It's the original, you know.
Here at CULTureLandPodcast, we like to bring you the truth and nothing but.
Sometimes in CULTureLand Podcast, we'll go really deep, and so I understand if, like, the ones where we go really deep, we get less views or whatever it is. But as long as you viewers don't mind and you're still with us, then that's cool. But either way, we're gonna be like the ocean. You know, there's gonna be some shallow shores. You know what I mean?
That's the perfect analogy.
But that's what it is. Like, there's some shallow shores and shit when you can play in the sand and do all that good stuff. But then there's going to be times where it's like, how deep is this motherfucker? Like, we're going to put on... Yeah, we're going to put on some fucking scuba gear and go diving up in this bitch.
Marina Trench type deep.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah. And
we're gonna find
if you can vibe with that, you can vibe with it. And if you can't, then I'm sorry.
I really don't care, honestly, me personally, but...
This podcast just isn't for you then, and I'm okay with that too. You know what I mean? But that's like the whole premise is that, like, this is an offbeat kind of podcast where sometimes people take power-ups, like in Mario, and sometimes people get...
Oh, man, we gotta add that. We gotta add that effect. I need that. Like, boop. That shit just hits.
Sometimes people get too drunk on the podcast. You know what I mean? Sometimes people share too much. Whatever it is, but it's going to be, like, it's always going to be people who are cool and, like, probably not that famous, but, like, maybe a little famous. You know, it's more about, like, the come up. The come up is what I'm in love with. Like, watching people come up is amazing. Yep. It's almost better than, like, watching them once they've arrived. You know what I mean? Because you've never seen somebody work so hard. And I kind of want to, like, showcase those people, too. You know what I mean? Like, we have some homies that have arrived.
Oh, we have some really talented homies.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, you grew up with Ace, too, right?
Yeah, well, I wasn't really, like, good friends with him like that. I didn't know him like that. He probably doesn't know me at all. Maybe he does. But we were, like, I mean, we kicked it with the same kids, and I skated with them a few times. That motherfucker blew my mind.
Oh, yeah.
But
100%.
Other than that, it wasn't, like, I didn't really know him personally too well. I'm not going to sit here and act like I did.
Oh, no, I feel you.
But, yeah, that's that. But he was a really cool guy, like, genuinely.
He's the homie. We're not, like...
Nah, but, like, his personality and shit is just, like,
yeah,
it's different. It's different than others, but...
He's the homie, but we're not, like... It's not like we're super, super close or anything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do look at him as, like, a little brother, but I look at everybody as, like, my brothers. You know what I mean? You know this.
Yeah,
every time everybody's on the podcast, every single time, it's going to be like, he's going to call him brother. Oh, brother. Like, I don't know what it is, dude. It's like, I really...
Fuck it.
I just call everyone my brothers.
Fuck it.
Even when
I say fuck it.
Even the people who aren't fans of me.
But, yeah. So as we were saying, we're on the gooms. Feeling very, 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 very good. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling, like it's time to take a quick commercial break.
We'll be right back, bitches.
CULTureLandPodcast will be back after these messages.
Have you tried the new sandwiches yet? Peanut butter or jelly? I like banana and ham. What about Oreo strawberry? That one's good. That's a good one.
Flame and rubble are raining from the sky. Everybody run, It's been 3 days. I haven't slept. We're on our way to the river. Hopefully we can find shelter before nightfall. I hear the pterodactyls. I don't know what the hell happened or where, when we are, but we stepped into a void.
Tonight on Uncanned Foods, we show you what it looks like when you uncan foods. Man, this looks like shit in a can. Ugh.
Hey, look, there's a building over there. Let me get over there. Oh no, my leg's gone. No, not my leg.
Oh no, your leg. We're gonna have to sacrifice you.
Where's my wallet? I can't find it.
We're back, folks. Within the time that we were gone, I drank this entire water bottle. Think about that. Now, how much time really did pass? Ask yourself. Go ahead. Have you ever been as far as even decided to look more alike? Have you? All right, then.
I don't know what the fuck you just said, but we are back, everybody.
Man. Don't let me get deep, man. I told you we're getting Marina Trench deep.
No, alright, so I want to talk to you. I want to ask you some questions.
Go
I
ahead.
got some questions.
Go ahead. Feel free.
So, why music?
Honestly, bro, like, for as far as I could remember, since I was 4 years old, I like sports. Like, that's my second thing. And I really love baseball, and I played baseball for years, made like all-star teams and shit. But then when I got to high school and like middle school, it was like I found an appreciation and love for music, and it just took over. I can't say that like I just lost interest in playing sports. Like, it wasn't interesting me anymore. On top of that, like, half the kids around us were like either skating or like doing something else, so it was like no one was doing that shit. It was just me, and like that's fine, but it affected me. I'm not gonna lie. But well,
1 second, everybody. Alright, brother, be safe. I'll see you in a bit. Anywho, sir. You were saying? Sorry.
yeah, I was very into sports, and then one day it just clicked in my mind. Like, it wasn't even like one day really. I had this one homie, his name's Andrew, and if he watches this, cool, thank you, bro, because like low-key you like untap some shit. But that fool came to me, like, we would listen to music, and we would try to find, like, all my life I listened to music, and I would like go to my homies and be like, have you heard this shit? Have you heard this shit? And like majority of the time they'd be like, yeah, and we would talk about it, and that was like a like topic of conversation all the fucking time. So then, like, around this time, I'm still playing sports, but our homie Corey at the time, because it was me and my buddy Joe that originally, like, it was just me and him. And our buddy Corey at the time showed us, like, have you heard of FL, like, Studio? Like, have you played around with this before? Like, you can make beats with this shit. And we were like, what the fuck? Like, I remember being like 6th grade, like, him showing us this shit. It's crazy. It's funny. He downloaded the demo on my computer, like the demo version. It was like an early version, and like you could play with it and make beats, right? But we had no idea what the fuck we were doing. And so later on, when I'm like 15, my buddy Joe's like, "Oh, I want to start making beats again. I want to start making, like, try to actually make beats." And I'm like, "The fuck? Like, we can do that?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, it was kind of like a mind-blowing kind of thing for me. As I'm like playing sports, I'm like watching my homie like learn, but I'm also learning as he's learning. And it's weird because like I could sit and watch a video and also learn, but like when my buddy was actually doing it in front of me, like, it was teaching me how to do that shit. You know what I mean? So like I would come to him and be like, "Bro, I want like a 90s era boom bap beat," and he was all into like the drill era. And so back then, if you don't really know what that is, that's like the fucking, like, now drill is considered like Pop Smoke and shit like that. But back then it was Chief Keef shit.
I'm so fucking old.
Yeah. So back then it was like Chief Keef style of like beats, like when he was making fucking like I Don't Like, Kobe, like all that old shit on Finally Rich. And so
Benito.
yeah. Well, that's like later, but yeah.
It's
Sure.
the same genre.
It was like
though,
the
right?
same, yeah, it was like the same kind of shit, yeah. Like, he was trying to make beats like that, and he wasn't really interested, nor did he really want to make beats like I wanted to make them.
Uh-huh.
So, I went on YouTube like everybody does. I looked it up, like, how do I make a boom bap beat? Figured out how to sample. and then figured out how to set, like, all I needed to really know, and what people don't really understand is all you really need to know is the placement of the note, and you can do whatever the fuck you want. And I know that sounds easier said than done, but, like, for example, if you can see how somebody placed their hats on FL Studio, then you can ultimately learn how to make your beat, whatever it is. So, that being said, watched the homie make his shit. Started to learn how to make my own shit because I wanted to make boom bap beats. I was all into, like, Nas and, like, A Tribe Called Quest and, like, De La Soul. Like, that was my... A lot of people like to listen to fucking Drake and all that other shit, but, like, for whatever reason, I gravitated away from that, and I wanted to focus on the older shit. It was like I was, like, when you get really interested in something, you start doing your research, and you want to know, like, the originators of everything. So, like, it was kind of like me going back and, like, all right, if I really want to learn this shit and do this shit, then I need to know who was before me. So, like, that was basically, like, I didn't really realize it at the time, but, like, that's kind of, like, what I was doing. So, like, I would go back. I'm listening to Nas. My bad, I'm sorry. Listening to Nas, Illmatic. I'm listening, De La Soul. As I said, A Tribe Called Quest. Went back and listened to DMX's first album. Like, this is way back, like, in freshman year.
Yeah.
Like, no one was doing shit like this. No one was going back and listening to these old-ass albums. Like, I'd also got a hold of my dad's collection of CDs. That fool had, like, Pac, Ice Cube, all that West Side Connection shit. As well as other genres, too. But it was, like, I don't know why I gravitated towards, like, Tupac so much and, like, all that stuff. But, like, that's what I really resonated with, like, the Dr. Dre shit. And I'm in, like, at this point in time, I'm in 7th grade. 8th grade, I started listening to, my buddy shows me Mac Miller. And, like, I kind of started, like, oh, this is pretty fucking cool, right? Like, I fuck with this shit. And then started following that fool heavy. And then,
Still do.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Of course. That's my boy.
Yeah.
Man.
You're still sending me, like, stuff.
Man.
From
Dude, like, somehow, I don't even know how I did it, but I just went on Google and I just looked up, like, unreleased tracks. I found, like, this dude on Reddit that had, like, 2 whole-ass folders. One was, like, 150 tracks and the other one was, like, 70. And I told myself, like, nah, I'm gonna go back and get the other 70. I want to listen to these 150 first. Downloaded the 150. Now I can never find that fucking link.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be looking for it for, like, ever. I can't find it anymore, but...
Should have just downloaded all
Honestly, like, the way I saw it was, back in the day, like, music was, like, guidance to me. I didn't feel like I had a lot of that when I was growing up. And I'm not sitting here saying that, like, I didn't have my mom or I didn't have my dad, because I did. And I'm very grateful. But, like, there are certain things in life that I didn't know how to handle. Like, for example, when I was going to, like, school in our community, Menifee, I was walking up and I remember listening to Can I Kick It? And seeing, like, a woman ultimately, like, she ended up shooting herself. But that being said, it wasn't, like, a good time. You know what I mean? And so I didn't know how to, like, handle certain shit. I would listen to acid rap or whatever. And then, like, I would go to, like, school. And I was moving a lot at the time, too. But, like, music was, like, always there for me. And so that's kind of, like, how I gravitated towards it. And so I had this idea that I was going to, like, become a musician. I didn't know how, but I was going to do it. I was going to figure it out. I didn't even know that I was going to be rapping like I do now. To be genuinely honest with you, I had no fucking idea. Genuinely, I just thought, I'm going to make beats. I want to be in this scene, this fucking business. You see what I'm saying? Like, I just want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted. And so, I had this idea that I was going to make beats and, like, ultimately, like, and make songs, and then, like, ultimately they would catch that dude's ear, Mac Miller's ear. I don't even know why I'm, like, 15 years old thinking, like, fuck yeah, I'm going to write this shit. This fool's going to find it. Like, because, like, everybody's just popping off on social media nowadays, you know what I mean? It's very, very easy. And, I don't know, I just thought that shit would fucking happen. Never really did. But, as I was saying, I was very lonely at the time, and I didn't have the guidance, but, like, I found it in music, and I found it within that fool. He was, like, a big brother figure to me in my eyes. And some people may call me crazy. I don't know. But when I would listen to his music, like, that fucking mixtape Faces
He was like a mentor.
Yeah, that music Faces is still one of like my that's my all-time favorite album, mixtape, whatever you want to call it. It should be a fucking album. It should be on Apple Music and it should be on Spotify. And I don't know why the fuck it's not. But the things that he touches in that shit was like where I was at in my life at that time.
Uh-huh.
So like, for example, there's certain songs where like just catchy ass hooks, but it's like they're real as fuck. Like, whoa, like this was touching another genre or another like area of rap. You see what I'm saying? Like more conscious.
Yeah.
And I thought it was smart at the time. But I also like I said, I just gravitated towards it. I like really like appreciated it, and I found like solace in that shit. Like that was my go-to if I had a problem. I'm playing Faces.
Yeah.
If something bad happened, I'm playing fucking Faces. Cause like whatever he said in that shit, for whatever reason, it would like resonate with me and be like, yeah, like I understand it in a different way. And it was like, even now, like it's very like many like eye-opening experiences like that I've had where like I re-listen to that, and then like I fall in love with a different song on the whole thing, because like it's a totally different like, you see what I'm saying? It's a totally different concept, but it's a totally different like truth, I guess you could call it. So ultimately, that dude is like the basis of it all. I'll listen to his music, I get really inspired, and I just wanted to meet the guy and like hang out with him one day and just watch his process. That was like really what it was. I didn't even want to like bother dude. I just want to be like, hey bro, like just pull up on him. Hey bro, you mind if I just like sit down and like watch you fucking make a beat? Watch you orchestrate your fucking lyrics, watch you do all your shit? Because that's what I appreciated, because like he was very fucking creative. And so I want to be like that, ultimately. I want to get to that point. But yeah, as far as I can tell, like what it was, just music stuck with me. That was the only thing that really did. At least that's how I felt. I was like, at least I had this shit. I was moving so much, like when I was growing up, to the point where like that's all I really needed. I would go back and hang out with the homies like where they're at, you know, like here, or like I moved everywhere. So I moved in Temecula, Marietta, French Valley, all that shit. But really, I would come back to Menifee and hang out with the homies in Menifee, and some of them, they weren't the same when I would come back. Or I would watch them change, or like they would just act different, you know? But at least I had my music. I was straight. Sometimes, yeah, I'm lonely, but fuck, I could play some fucking music and I was good. Whole different mood. And so like, it wasn't until like, I was like 19, like 20 years old, like sitting there working at work. Just like working, just doing my shit. At the time I was like I was a packer. Mm-hmm. And I'm packing boxes. But like I was able to like put my music down and like listen to it. And so I was sitting there and like listening to it, and like it touched me that like there's a bar in like a Kendrick Lamar song, Poe Man's Vices. Great song, amazing song, everybody knows it. If you don't, you're lying. Anyways, there's like a line in there where he's like, you mistake a real for a gangster or some shit like that. It's like I probably fucked that up, really fucked that up, but
let's just talk about you.
Nah, but that's what I'm trying to get at. He made me realize that like that's true. Like we think about like, I had my fucking whole idea, perception of who I wanted to be fucked up. Like I wanted to have guns and glorify money and drugs and have chains, but like that's not even fucking me. Like reality, dude, I'm that dude that just like always be in some Vans, white t-shirt, some jeans. You know what I mean? And that's how I want to be like shown to the world. I don't want to be shown like some facade, I guess you could call it.
There's a lot of that out there.
And so
there's a lot of that out there now. So yeah. Why not like not pile on? I mean, fuck that. Right?
Exactly.
I feel it. So What? Sorry, I'm shrimming so hard right now.
You're asking me about music.
Yeah. Well, I just asked you one question. You went off, so that was good.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
That's what I do.
Uh.
Got me shrooming. I can talk forever.
So how many projects are you working on right now?
Shit, bro. I'm working on about 2 of them right now. I plan to drop pretty fucking soon if I can. One of them is with one of my buddies. He's one of my longtime buddies. Met this fool back when I had my first apartment. If you know me and you knew about the first apartment, those were dark days. I was fucked up majority of the time, but we're here now. And anyways, I met him there, and ever since then we just been rocking with each other, bro. Really. And so like we already got a project out. We already got one out. And we're about to drop this next one. And then after that, I plan on dropping a solo project myself, another little 10-track project, but that's really about it. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, dog.
Sorry.
No, that's really dope, dude. We're gonna take a break because Alexiz is on his way. So we're gonna take a break and we'll be right back after these messages.
Tomorrow night, we bring you a new episode of What's That Smell? I could tell you all types of smells, but this one in particular smells good.
Shit! I'm all out of ice! And I gotta make this tea! But there's no ice! How many times do I have to tell that boy not to lick the pig butts? It's horrible! It's terrible! Zombies! Zombies everywhere! Your time is up, you piece of shit. Ha ha!
And if you'll turn your pages to page number 372, class, you will see... Hey, who did that? Who did that?
Can I be excused? I think I pooped my pants.
Detention! It's Quibble Dobble. Quibble Dobble. What's a Quibble Dobble, you say? Well, if you don't know, then Quibble Dobble is probably not for you. Quibble Dobble. Must be 18 or older to purchase.
I made it! Oh! Yeah, sorry I'm late. I fucking had a long day at work.
Cool,
just
bro.
like any other person. But anyway, what's up, man? How you been, dude?
Dude, chilling, man. It's crazy. I was just talking about this fool, like, back in the day. You guys were like my original OG homies. Like,
Yeah.
you guys are like the oldest heads I know.
Yeah, it's been a long time, huh?
So, like, it's weird, like, and it's funny that we reconnected, but, like, I'm glad we got to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, man. Of course. It's nothing but a pleasure to reconnect with people we used to hang out with a lot or grew up with, especially in our, like, small circle of homies and people that we lived around. But anyways, like, yeah, dude, like, it's fucking awesome to see you again, see that you're doing well, and see that you're moving along life and doing your own ventures and just living it just
Fucking
like
that
anyone
life,
else.
man, huh?
Yeah,
Just
life's
life.
crazy.
Just life. Nah, but yeah, it really is. Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy to see what you've been doing too, bro. I've been seeing
Thank you, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gotta pay homage, gotta respect.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
You know what I
that.
mean?
It means a lot.
Like, I appreciate it, you know what I mean? Because, it's just cool. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. Like,
And
I
like
mean,
at the same time, it's like I just be remembering like all the old times and shit. Like,
yeah, like trying to skate.
cause I was like, I don't know if you remember it like that, but I just remember just being young as fuck, like kicking it with you guys, and like you guys were like spilling knowledge and type shit, and like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
You know what I
you're
mean?
just like a little Grom that hung out with us and we just like deal with our bullshit, even though like we had shit and shit, like, and would go through things and see shit and have different perspectives on things. But like, even though you were younger, it was still awesome to like see you around, see everyone else around. And then obviously as we grow up, you know, shit happens and you
Yeah.
know, my life goes on.
It's crazy. Like you go on, you grow apart, but sometimes you come back together, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
But
Yeah, like I think it was like a while back that I heard one of your first tracks that you laid down,
oh shit.
and I really liked it because it was very different. Yeah, I like the sound that you were putting. I'm not sure if you made it yourself or what the deal was with
I
that.
honestly I try to make everything myself even back then. So, I mean, maybe it was a YouTube beat, but nah, I don't think so. I think like the original shit that you're talking about.
Yeah.
If I'm right, then like that
I think
shit
it's
was
like a
made by me.
SoundCloud song.
Yeah, that shit was made by me.
What drives your motivation to make a song?
All right, so honestly, like, it's kind of a weird process. I'll sit down and I'll listen to music, and sometimes like I'll sit down and I'll listen to something, and I won't exactly listen if that makes sense. Like I'm here and there, I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Like I go in and out, and then other times it's like I can actually thoroughly listen, and when I thoroughly listen, I get inspiration from that, and then I'm able to like. It's weird. Like I can hear a sentence and like create a topic off that sentence,
Mm-hmm.
but generally, I can. It's very easy for me to like build off like a very easy topic, or I might just be at work one day, like, or like doing whatever, and like I just think of something off the dome,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just write it down, and then like later on, like I'm listening to music, and like while I'm listening to that, like it's weird. I feel like I think it's more I like the beat. And I'm like picturing myself on that beat that like that artist like is on, and so I kind of like picture myself flowing on that, and then it just so happens that I go and create my own thing, and that could be from like a sample or like an original melody that I make, and I'll just go and create my own thing, and then it'll end up being completely different than what I thought it would be, but it's pretty. It's like. That's the crazy and cool thing about music. Like,
Yeah, because it's the process.
it's so like unpredictable, dude. Like you have no idea what the fuck you're gonna do. You really don't. You have no idea what kind of energy you're gonna project in that moment or that like for that song. Like people be telling me I have like different personalities, and like I believe it. It's like split. It's like there's 24 different personalities in my body, and one day one just decides to come out. It might be a dark one. It might be a happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just like. That's just what it comes down to.
And is there any like certain genre that you listen to when you get into this mode, or is it just like spontaneous on like whatever you feel?
To tell you the truth, no. Like, there's times where like I'm listening to like I guess you could say like indie music, post punk, like older shit, might just listen to like some normal classic rock, you know what I mean? Just like original shit, like do it on your shirt, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But honestly, no, like there's really no like basis for it. Like there's one day where like I feel like listening to this type of music and I just sit there and I listen to that, and then there's like one day where like, yeah, I'm gonna listen to some hip hop, some rap, and I'll listen to that. Or it's like I don't really feel like listening to that today. I feel like listening to like some older like 80s, 90s like music, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so it's more like a feel kind of deal.
Yeah, kind of. And like generally what I like to do is I just like to play random music, and like what catches my ear, and like that's a good song. I like it. That's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I go through the same process. Like I've made songs and stuff, but more of like beat sounds kind of deal, kind of like but I mean, it's not like I try to generalize it or I try to like
make it a certain way. It's just like usually there's like a certain, like you said, there's a certain feeling that you get.
No, exactly.
And it's like you kind of don't want to stop it from flowing a certain way. So you kind of just go with it, and then it ends up being something that you're like, oh, damn.
Like I didn't know I could do that.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And I can relate to that because, I mean, that happens to me because I think the song that we used for our podcast, I think
That's what I was gonna say.
one of my uncles, like, passed away. He got into a car accident, I think, on
Fuck,
2019.
Shit.
And I was going on a car ride going to Ensenada with my family, and we got the news like, yo, like, he passed away, and like he was young. I think he was like maybe like 45 or so. But don't quote me on that. But yeah, like, and it was just rough because like he was so young, and he was such full of life and such a genuine guy. And for some reason, like, my parents my mom's talking to my grandparents because we were on our way going down south. And I don't know what it was. Like, I had GarageBand on my phone. I just started trinkling around, and then I made the basic beat, and then just layered over it. Got into like this zone where you, like you said, like you just start flowing the sound, and it comes together. And by the end of it, it's a full song. And what I thought was beautiful about it was, even though like I did feel that sorrow, it drew me to make something positive out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I've never really I mean, I grew up with music. I played bass in middle school, and then I played guitar, and then my cousins were always into music, so I was always drawn into music with them. But finally, like, as an adult, trying to like venture out and do my own thing, it's been, like you said, like a very beautiful process, because you may not always expect to, bring what you have, and then it just kind of just works out a certain way, and then it just becomes what it is.
Exactly. It really, that's really what it comes down to, honestly. It really comes down to like the way I picture it, it's like a puzzle.
Oh, yeah.
And you're putting the pieces together.
Mhm.
And like you slowly figure them out with each noise, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, like, if you're in a chord progression, you just like make it within those chord progressions, obviously, and then
Or change the tempo.
But like, it's not that easy. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sitting here saying that, but like, it's really not that easy.
Mhm.
And
But yeah, it's definitely a process that takes time, and not only that, like a lot of inspiration and some sort of like basis of what you have envisioned in your head. So I could I totally feel what you're saying. Like, it's not just one day you just come up to your computer or your thing and you're just like, oh, I'm gonna do this. It's like, it's more of like, you know what? Like, I have this idea, and I'm gonna just put it together and see what happens.
yeah, like, really, honestly, to tell you the truth, the way it comes down for me is like, I watch a lot of YouTube videos on how to do this shit, so like, I kind of like know a little, but I don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I'm not gonna sit here and say I know everything, but I know certain things.
I mean,
So,
I don't even know,
you know what I mean?
everything
So, like,
either.
exactly. You know what I mean? So, the way I started off is like, I just get in the mood to make music.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. I don't even know what I'm gonna create yet, but I just get in the mood, and then I start playing with chords. And like, I'll go through different chord progressions, and like, until I find like a one chord that I like, and then I'll build on that chord, make another chord with it, or like make a certain type of melody with the chords.
Yeah.
And then I'll build it, and then use the piano roll. Fuck with that a little bit. Place keys here and there, and before you know it, it's like I'm piecing 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's like, it sounds simple, but it's really not, because you have to like go through all the noises that you even really want to hear.
And then especially because like not all the sounds work together.
Exactly.
So it's like you gotta pick and choose what's
like. There's times where I'm sitting there and I'm playing keys, and I'm sitting there forever trying to find like another melody that will go with that chord progression, but I can't. Or I can't find a certain noise that will like sound smooth with it.
Yeah.
And so
You play instruments by the chance?
No, that's the thing. Like, I really don't.
Man, it would really help if you did.
Cause like I used to play violin when I was like
Dude,
elementary
that'd be
school.
so sick if you put some violin.
That's
I
what
mean,
my
it's
mom-
never too late
Yo,
to
it's
pick it
crazy you
up.
say that because my mom used to say that all the time. She's like, you need to put some violin in there. I'm like, what the
Yeah. I mean, it's not. I mean, you already have it in you because you went and tried at school. So like,
I think I could still play Mary Had a Little Lamb on that shit. I think I still could.
I mean, there's some pretty good chords on that, so you can like just branch out and make new shit.
Definitely.
Because I mean, I may not know a lot of chords on guitar, but even then, the chords that I do know, I'll add like a different tone. I'll play on a higher key.
Yeah.
I'll adjust the finger, like, you know, the finger positions to make it sound differently, so the harmonics are like more either higher or lower. So it's like it's really helpful to like.
No,
I mean,
I understand and I feel you what
Yeah.
you're saying because like, generally I plan to learn how to play the piano.
Oh yeah, that's
Once you learn, everybody says once you learn how to play the piano, you can play any.
Yeah,
instrument.
because it's one of the hardest instruments.
Exactly. So, that being said, I do plan on learning how to play that, but as of right now, I don't really have the time, unfortunately. But I want to learn. I want to get there.
When you have the drive, you'll make time.
Yeah, exactly. And like, generally, like I feel like within like, I use FL Studio to make beats.
Mm.
And there's a piano roll in there where I can see the actual keyboard, and I'm making like chord progressions within that.
Yeah.
And I can already know like the 3/4/3.
Yeah, which is a standard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's like a standard scale.
Yeah, pretty much.
So like, I feel like once you learn that, and then as well as music theory,
Mm.
it becomes very simple for you.
Yeah, especially like because you become so familiar with the way chords play harmoniously with the
Exactly.
sound, and then
Like that's kind of like where it was weird. It was like one day I like woke up and like I was messing with it. I'm like, wait, like this don't sound right because I'm just playing random keys within like the melody. Like I made a chord, right? But I'm not playing that chord within like the chord progression that it's in. So it's sounding off, and I'm like trying to figure it out, but I could hear it by ear.
yeah.
So it's like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I get that.
but
Sometimes it just works, and then sometimes it doesn't, and you just gotta adjust the tempo,
it's
adjust
really a
the
lot
key.
of trial and error, honestly.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, we got this boy Thoth right here.
Yeah. Yeah, here
I just
just
want everybody to pay homage real quick, you know what I mean? Original OG.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. We got Alexis in the room. Fuck yeah. Yes. Yes. Oh shit.
Okay, so you're stranded on a desert island, right?
Alright.
In the middle of the ocean. And all you have is a knife, a pole, like just a regular pole,
Alright.
and
What do I have?
and a key.
A key, alright.
Just a random key.
Alright.
It's not like a big key. It's like one of those like old fashioned ones with, like, you see that you open like
Yeah.
chests.
Yeah.
And
Alright.
you've been there for like a week, right?
Alright.
And you figured out that there's a certain amount of trees, there's a certain amount of like animal life. You're running low on supplies. Like you have like maybe like from the crash site, you have like maybe like 3 bottles of water.
Alright.
And then maybe you caught a fish or something with the knife that you had.
Damn
You
right
like
I did.
you like wrapped it around the pole somehow with like some. When you start,
Damn right I did.
alright.
I'm a fucking,
When you like, I said it was
my
3
Bear
days,
Grylls out
right?
that
Or
motherfucker.
there's been a couple of days, right? So you're starting to be deprived from all like natural resources, and like you're starting to, because you can't sleep because at night you start hearing noises from the bushes or whatever trees, and you're just kind of like, whoa, what the fuck, like. and it starts getting to you, right?
Yeah.
What body part do you eat first and why?
On my body?
Yeah.
Those fingers, dude. Fingers all day.
Why?
Actually, not. Fuck that. Toes. I'm gonna say toes. And you know why? Because, like, I need my fingers to grab shit.
Yeah, but you also need your toes for balance.
Nah, dude. I can figure it out.
Ass cheeks
How?
all day. Ass cheeks
How?
all
Like,
day.
like what? Like, especially specifically, what toe would you eat first? Like your pinky toe, your middle
Pinky
toe.
What you mean?
That's the one that holds all your
Nah,
balance.
but you think like you got me mistaken. Like you think that I'm gonna eat all of them. I'm only gonna eat a select few.
So you're gonna eat both your pinky toes or just one pinky
So I'm
toe?
gonna eat one pinky toe and then the next pinky toe.
And then like, do you
And
eat
then
like
next, like, I
the
don't even know what
whole
you wanna call
pinky
it,
toe, or do you just eat half, or do you like a quarter, or how does that work? Or do you rip the skin off to like try it out,
You're
or?
gonna have to eat more than just the pinky toe.
Yeah, because you think about it, you're like you like
Even
you already started to get delusional because
even two
like
pinky toes is
because you've been on this island for maybe like a
But you
week or
you have
two,
to
and you're like,
understand that like I'm not a normal human being, Alexis.
what are you? Harry?
Yeah.
You got like a hairy ass or something?
Yeah, I'll drink to that.
Alright, bet. Say less. So, why
You're
the
saying
pinky
that
toe
his
first
kid-
though? Like, do you have like a certain connection with
I don't really have
toe, or
there's no
you just go for any toe that you're
Yeah,
like, hey,
I'm
you know what,
honestly
this
just
one's
gonna-
gotta go.
Yeah, like that's basically what it is. Like at the end of the day, like something's gotta go, so we're gonna go pinkies first. That's just what it's gonna be.
Pinkies first.
Pinkies first.
When in doubt, pinky out.
Yup, you feel me?
Hey, respect.
But yeah, like
And then
first
after the pinky toe, then what?
shit. I'm thinking like my actual pinky finger, cause like I could do well with fucking 4 fingers for sure. I'm an elite human being. I'm not no normal human being.
Would you eat it raw, or would you like try to like start like a fire or
Bro,
something?
we're fucking starting a bonfire, like you know, like in like.
Because again, you
Yeah,
only
like,
have a
You
knife.
know, like in movies and old cartoons and shit, they have like the little bonfire with like the stick and it's spinning and shit.
Yeah, but have you even
That's
seen
me.
Survivor, man? It takes like hours for that to
Dog,
work because
I
you gotta
told
like
you, I'm Bear Grylls.
you gotta like
I'm the
violin
elite
it.
survivalist.
You gotta be like.
Nah, like if it's me or the wild, like the wilds get fucked up, dude.
You didn't see that shit where Bear Grylls got caught like staying at a hotel?
Fuck no, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
he got like
Alright,
caught
fuck Bear
up.
Grylls, like,
he
who
got
the fuck?
he
Who's
got
the
he
survivor,
got
man?
caught
No,
up
I'm that guy.
And
like
there's photos of him eating a steak dinner on set.
yeah, he was like eating the seat like, man, fuck y'all, I'm eating steak dinner.
That's real?
Prime rib, like yeah.
What the fuck?
Fake.
He can do all that stuff.
He can
but
survive, but he doesn't need to. Is that what you're trying to
Because
say?
he's getting paid.
No, the whole point is to showcase how to survive.
Yeah,
He
because
can
he's
do
like
it.
showing you how.
He can do it. He
Oh,
can.
so like he never really had to survive.
Yeah, because he's a show. Yeah, they're just like,
Oh, some
oh.
bullshit. That fool jumps out the plane.
Imagine if he jumps out
When I
no
was a
parachute.
kid, I always thought like, damn, that motherfucker. jumped out
Today,
the
it
plane.
was a tragic story today. Bear Grylls jumps out of a plane with no parachute. He thought he was safe.
Imagine. That'd be also like Steve Irwin shit.
Yeah, but dude, no, he went out. Oh, he went out.
Dude, that's
so
wait,
far.
hold on. Oh gee, what the fuck?
Shout out Steve Irwin.
You
That
feel
fool
me?
went out with.
That was my fucking guy, dude.
He was
That
everyone's guy, I'm pretty
Dude,
sure.
like he taught me to love animals type shit.
He taught me to not just love animals, but love each other. Because it's like, if we don't love the animals, how would we expect to love each other? Because it's like, they share the same planet as us, they share the same environments, and like, we're over here like, pretending.
We love you, Steve Irwin.
Yeah. Fool, it was tragic, man.
That fool taught me that you could just wrestle a fucking alligator if you wanted
Yeah,
to.
dude, have you seen the
Crocodile.
documentary when he's like a kid and he like it's like nighttime and
He's
he's
a
fucking
kid and he's wrestling
he's like
alligators?
he's
The
like a
fuck?
kid and he's like with his dad and he's
The
like, oh
fuck's wrong
look, a
with that
croc,
kid?
and he fucking jumps into the water and grabs a fucking crocodile like
Whoa.
yeah, full
And just,
clothes.
okay, it just blows my fucking mind that a stingray got that dude, but like,
Yeah.
this motherfucker wrestled crocodiles and never died.
The only reason why he died from the stingray is because he took it out.
Yeah, it like pierced his fucking heart.
If he would have left it in, they could have saved him.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Fool's a legend though.
But
That
like,
guy
so
is
like,
real.
but like,
It
you mean
was
it's
a
up?
moment. It was a moment.
Was it a stinger or was it like?
Yeah, it was the stinger. Like,
Okay, so the
Never saw
stingray's
it.
gone already at this point, and like you, damn, it's that big. That like,
Yeah.
No. It stabbed him, right? And then in a moment of pure instinct, he grabs the stingray still right there, and pulls it out of his body. Like moment of pure, like it happened, and then he's like, "Fuck no," and pulled it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Pure instinct.
fuck.
But even then, the poison would have got him because the fucking
No, they could have. It went through.
Jesus
Like
Christ.
went clean through.
he
It was
would've-
fucking hard.
He would have. They could have. If he.
Fuck.
That fucking
left it in.
that stingray must have been strong as fuck.
I'll never forget.
I heard it
How
was a
big
big
was it,
one.
though?
I heard it was a big one.
I'll never forget because there's a video of it, man.
Oh, there's a
You
video
could
of this
find the
motherfucker?
video. The whole thing was a guy like 2 weeks later.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing, same exact thing happened to him, but he didn't pull it out, and they saved him. Like he survived. You know,
Wow, so like the stingray was
And
still
then-
stuck in him, and you just like
there
kept
was
it in there.
articles about it. There's articles about like the reason why Steve Irwin died was because he pulled the stingray out.
Fuck. Shout out to my man Steve Irwin because he's a fucking legend.
Damn right.
Fuck Bear Grylls. He
Fuck
fake.
that guy. Yeah, for real. Fuck that guy.
No, but
I'm just
that's
kidding.
the thing is that Bear Grylls, he
Bill
could
Grylls?
do
Bear Grylls.
he could do all that shit, but he was doing it for a show,
Well, yeah.
and
You gotta get paid.
The insurance wouldn't allow them to let him risk his life.
Imagine if he actually fought a bear
I'd be bucking
with his
titties, dude. What the
grills.
fuck?
I
That'd be
fought a bear.
crazy.
I fought a bear with my grills.
So back to the island. You eat your fucking whatever, your toes, and then you eat your pinky. Then what? Do you like finally like give up on eating yourself, or like and try and like actually catch food, or do you like keep going?
Oh, dude, what the fuck? Catching food. I didn't even know that was an option.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
I said, yeah, like because if you had the option, I said if you had the option, like you're starting to go, like think about it, you're still like losing because.
Oh, what the fuck? All right, then rewind. I don't even know how you make that noise, but
It sounded like. Like the map or the backpack.
oh shit. Oh man. All right, so rewind. We're back at square one,
Yeah,
dude. All right, so if I don't have the supplies and like,
because like I said, all you have is a knife.
I'm telling you
a
though, like,
pole.
fuck Bear Grylls, but like, I'm an elite human being, dude. Like, I'm out there jumping like a fucking dolphin, catching my fish with my teeth. Straight up, on some real shit. And if
Yeah.
I'm not, then
Clenching your cheeks while you catch the fish. You're like,
yep. On some real shit. But no, honestly, if it came down to it, I'm gonna somehow craft some fucking tools.
or make tools. Because like I said, you have a knife, you have a pole, and you have a key.
Yeah, I'm crafting tools, like definitely crafting tools. And then I have a knife, and I have what?
No ambition to see what that key is about, right?
Well, where does the key go? But how big is this island?
It's I said like it's a pretty decent sized island. It's a deserted
Well,
island.
First of all, my first priority is survival. So, what I'm thinking is, I'm gonna use that fucking knife and I'm gonna prison shank a fucking fish. And then once I do that,
I'm like, die, bitch, die. Yeah, you didn't take my soup, huh? You
fuck
took my
is
soup,
up?
bitch.
yeah, but nah, but
My spread now,
I'm
motherfucker.
prison shaking a fucking fish. I'm catching that motherfucker out the bit, like out midair type shit, like he's gonna jump out.
You know
Yeah.
what a man would do to you in jail for a motherfucking
Oh, you
sandwich
think you gonna jump at me, huh? You know what
with
I
some
mean?
spread, homie. Some
With some
motherfucking
spread.
spread. They'll kill your whole motherfucking fam for some
man.
motherfucking spread.
It really be like that.
What's the scenario going is what I want to know. Are you pitching a movie or like what's the deal here?
So like the ultimately is like I'm just trying to see what his ambition would do. Like would he just like let it just
So I told him I'm gonna prison shank a fucking fish.
and then
I
what?
didn't even get to that point yet. So I'm gonna prison shank this motherfucking fish, and then we start joking about that. I'm gonna prison shank this fucking fish.
And you eat it raw or
Die,
what?
motherfucker, die type shit. And then like, no, we're gonna cook that motherfucker. I'm a sophisticated type of survivalist. So we cook our food. We do not eat raw fish like that. No. And then after that, I'm going on that fucking quest with the key. Like I'm gonna like stockpile and survive off my fucking prison shank knife. You know what I mean? And like
Yeah, because like I said, you have the
but then
knife and the pole
like
and the key.
everybody
That's
thinks
it.
that I'm limited to just fish. Nah, like I could branch out and like go explore and go fucking kill a bear if I wanted to. I could go kill a lion right now. What's up?
Yeah, but it's a deserted island in the middle of the ocean. Do you think there's fucking bears there? No.
But how big is it?
Well, I mean,
Yeah, that's important. That's very important.
let's say it's like one of the Hawaiian islands.
Oh, so then you're hunting birds. And
Oh,
fish.
then yeah, I'm good.
Hunting birds
Like-
and fish.
like
That's
Maui or something.
Yeah, I'm hunting birds and fish, and I'm also hunting fucking geckos. I eat those motherfuckers too. We need all the protein we can get. We're survivalists. I told you, I'm gonna
Eat
lead
that
human
shit
being.
fried or what?
I'm
Like
smart.
fry it like
Oh,
off the
yeah.
fire.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if they have big spiders that you could eat. You could probably eat spiders.
Yeah, or
Fuck
tarantulas.
We avoid all spiders at all costs.
we. I eat that shit for breakfast, son, with some cereal,
No.
some milk.
That's
Fuck all
real
that.
survivalist.
Fuck all that. No.
Where are you
See,
getting the milk?
Spider webs,
See,
homie.
they want you to think that real survivalists just eat anything, but we have standards. You know what I mean?
All right, you have one more item: salsa.
Salsa.
Yeah.
Shit. We get that fucking fish, frying that motherfucker up, making some fish tacos.
But it's like super spicy salsa. It's like
Dude,
ghost chili or ghost pepper.
You're only making me want it more. You know what I mean? Like, give me more. Yeah. I love more.
There is coconuts on the island too.
Oh, we're straight. We're good.
We're good.
We're all good.
Make
What
some,
do you mean?
dude. Imagine you make fucking coconut wine or like coconut alcohol somehow.
Shit.
Like you let it ferment in the sun or
I
something.
bet you it's possible. Bet
Is
you
that-
it's possible.
You should check if that's possible. Right? That'd be so sick. Let me try.
Isn't
Let
that-
me
isn't-
let me try.
Isn't that?
Let me
isn't
see.
that
Let me
Malibu?
see this shit real quick. Let me open it up real quick.
Who's on mushrooms here?
Isn't that Malibu?
All right. So let me see. So. You see.
Oh, it's Malibu.
Malibu's California though.
How to make coconut alcohol.
Or actually, let me do this one. So Akarak is a distilled alcohol drink typically produced in Indian subcontinent and Southeast Asia, made from fermented
got it?
sap of coconut
Oh, yeah.
flowers and
Yo, I got
sugar
two different
cane,
names
and
if you guys
also
wanna check it out.
with grain or
not-
fruit depending upon the
that's just
country of origin. It is sometimes spelled Arak or simply referred to as rack or rock.
Hold on, I didn't get it.
Say it again.
So I found this one. It's called Arak or Arak. I don't know. It's
Absinthe?
and it says it's distilled alcoholic drink typically produced in Indian subcontinent and Southeast Asia, made from the fermented sap of a coconut flowers or sugar cane, and also with grain or fruit depending upon the country of origin. It is sometimes spelled Arak, I don't know how you pronounce that, Arak, or simply referred to as rack or rock.
Damn, I want some rack right now.
So coconut alcohol.
We're drinking that.
Getting faded by yourself on the island.
Oh, yeah.
Or you can fucking cook with it.
All I need is the alcohol, baby. It's a party.
Hey.
Nah, but on some real shit. Alright, so like I'm on a limited island, limited space.
Yeah.
All I can really eat is fucking parrots and fucking
Fish and like
fish.
anything you can find
So,
that's edible.
I'm a pescatarian at that point.
Yeah,
I'm
pretty much.
I'm just gonna eat fish. And
Yeah, you're like, fuck the keto.
Yeah, for real. No, on some real shit. Fuck that shit. I don't know who the fuck does that shit, but that shit is beyond me. Why? Why you do that to yourself?
People just want to be looking
Like,
good for
just-
summer, homie.
Just eat. What is wrong with you?
It's hot, whatever, summer.
Bro, fuck that. That's not normal.
That's not normal.
What the fuck? You mean to tell me you can get all your nutrients and proteins and carbs and all that shit, healthy shit, in a drink? Scoo. No.
So you find out that this fucking key leads to like a secret door on the other side of the island.
Oh, so I find the door now.
Yeah.
All right.
What's behind the door?
What's behind the door?
Yeah. Or do you want me to do it for you?
No, I'm thinking my great. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what I think is behind it, and then you tell me what my reality is.
Oh, okay.
All right. So what I'm thinking is, my greatest dreams come true.
Which is?
Money.
How are you gonna use money on a fucking deserted island?
I don't know, but I'm just gonna be happy about it. You know what I mean? Like, I found this shit. Fuck everybody else. I'm gonna go crazy. Be like,
Yeah, but it doesn't mean anything if you have nothing to
doesn't
to
matter.
buy with it or nothing. Like, it's just
See what you failed
It's
to what you fail
useless.
to understand is that, like I said, I'm an elite survivalist, so I'll create a SOS signal with my money. You know what I mean? And like, this isn't even gonna be money. It's gonna be gold. This
okay.
is what I think is gonna be behind the door.
Okay.
Right? It's gonna be gold, and I'm just gonna paint out SOS with the gold, and then like it's gonna reflect off the sunlight, and people will be like, "Whoa, what the fuck is that?" They're just gonna
be flying
they're just
randomly
gonna
over
stop
some
and save me,
fucking
and then,
island
I'll
in
be
the
like,
middle
"Hey,
of
I'll
the
pay
ocean.
you off. You just fucking get me out of here." You know what I mean? It's like, damn, this is real quality gold.
Damn, is that Rylen? Hey, he a real one. Let's get him.
Yeah, they'll be like, "Damn, he really paid me to save him."
Damn. Hey, shout out to homie Rylen. You hooked me up with some gold. My bye. Let's go.
Nah, but yeah,
Okay,
on the
so you
other side of
find
the door,
gold.
I'm thinking some gold
Okay.
and some sirens. Like a
Sirens?
Yeah, some sirens.
Where do you
Like
get
I
the
said,
energy to use it? Or, like, because they obviously need
Like some Pirates of
batteries.
the Caribbean type shit. Like, basically, I'm gonna get the gold, but like, I'm gonna be fucked.
So you have these sirens that don't work. What are they, like lights?
Nah,
or what the
you're misunderstanding.
Or are they like
I'm talking
a
about
flare
the,
gun?
I'm talking
Or
about,
what the
I'm
fuck?
talking about the sirens, like the motherfucking.
Like,
Not
brr.
like those mermaids that be trying to lure you into the fucking ocean.
Oh, siren, like a fucking
Yeah.
mermaid kind of
Yeah.
deal. Oh,
Trying to lure you
okay.
into the ocean and fuck
She
you up.
fire or what?
Damn
You
straight.
dummy clap, dummy
Damn
clap.
straight. Double cheeked up.
Double
and all
cheeked
that.
up on a Thursday afternoon.
Double cheeked up.
What if she eats you like in your sleep? Like then what? You're dead. It's like
That's
Just-
the irony of it, bro. It's like I get everything I want, but at the same time, I'm fucked.
I'm fucked. All right, so gold, siren, and then what else? She's just there, just like on a pedestal, or
Alright,
she's
so
like
gold,
in
siren.
water or something.
Alright, so like, alright, fine. I have the gold. I have this.
Is it like a mountain of gold, or is it just a couple
It's a
pieces of
mountain-
gold,
it's
or
a
is it
mountain
a
of gold.
chest of
No,
gold?
It's a mountain of gold. And, like,
Okay.
The sirens on the top just posted.
What
those.
origin is this gold
And then
from?
I have a doorway. And I can
Where,
get out
what
that doorway.
origin is this gold from? If you could pick anywhere on the world, where's this gold from?
Oh, it's real Roman gold.
Real Roman gold.
Yeah.
They made it somehow to this random island in the
Yeah.
middle of the ocean and just left their gold
Dumped it
there.
out there.
All right. And then the siren, what's her
You don't
story?
understand, like, Roman people and Italian people, like, they're real stubborn people, you know what I mean? They don't like to fucking give their shit up.
Like the Greco-Roman, like Greece Roman, like.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What you mean?
Okay, and then what's the story behind this siren? Like, does she speak English? Is she like an alien? Is she like
Nah,
a
it's
god?
Like,
Is
some
she
Medusa
like
shit. Like, you just look at her and, like,
you turn to stone or you get stoned?
Yeah.
You get super high and
Alright,
like.
yeah, we'll go with that one, yeah.
And then what?
Just look at her, I get stoned.
Yeah. You're just like, oh shit. Oh fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
I think I'm gonna take a nap now.
whoa. Whoa, that's a siren, dude. Whoa. Wait, I'm on a fucking island.
Are you real?
And I'm fucking hungry.
Is this reality?
Why am I so high?
And then you keep looking at her, and every time, oh shit!
Like every
forget-
time you
forget
look,
why
you
forget you forget why you're looking at her.
So
and
you're
why
just
you're
like in an
high.
infinite loop of just being more high.
Yeah,
And then what?
it's purgatory, bro. It's purgatory.
So it's a hell.
Yep.
So it's your own personal hell because you have gold and you have like some fire ass female that you
Yeah,
can never get with
I
because
have
you're too
decisions.
high to
I have
figure it out.
decisions now. I have the gold that I can't.
My
go
man
any-
said he got
I got-
options.
I got decisions now. You guys don't understand. I got the gold. I got the siren,
And then what else?
and then I got a doorway.
Okay, where's that
And
door?
it's like a blank doorway. Like imagine like you looking over
Mm.
in this wall right here, doorway, but it's white light. You don't know where you gonna go.
So do you take it or do you just stay with
Do
the
you
siren?
take that risk? You need water. You need food.
He said, "You don't know where you gonna go."
Nah, what you're gonna do is you're gonna fuck the shit out that siren.
While you're high as shit, right?
Yeah, while you're high as shit.
Because she obviously
And
entangled
then
you in some
You're
sort
gonna
of
take some of that
hypnosis.
gold with you, and then you're gonna run through that doorway.
And then what happens once you undo
But
that door?
what's gonna happen is this: the doorway only stays open for so long.
Yeah. Like as soon as you open the doorway, like
So,
with the key,
Yeah. So
you have
as-
what, like 20 minutes or like 5 hours or because you're
Exactly.
stoned, like
Exactly. So as you're running out, you lose a limb.
what limb do you choose? Toes or what?
Shit.
or is it like just one limb or is it like a full like it
Nah,
has
we're
to be a
going,
full
like,
part of
I'm
your-
saying like it's either left foot or left hand. I'm go left hand. I'm losing left hand.
Damn. And then what if you end up back
There's
on
a
the
give and
island?
take.
Like
There's
it's
give
like a
and take.
restart.
It's full on alchemy. There's a give and take.
Like magic?
There's a give and take.
The equivalent exchange?
Yep.
I
took that-
fucks.
I
I
took the-
fucks.
I took the gold, and I took that bitch. You know what I mean?
Does she
took that bitch
disintegrate
down.
like after you go through the portal or do you have the option of taking her or do you just like say fuck you and you kill her and then you go into the portal? Because like I said, you still have
It's
the
basically
knife.
like a typical like fucking a one and done type deal. Like yeah, you're cool.
Like, hey,
but-
I'm not here to cuddle, bitch.
Yeah, like you're cool and all that, but I'm really not here for this.
It's like, hey, I'm just trying to get in while it's
You know
high.
what
You know
I
what I'm
mean?
saying?
There's
You know what I'm
there's
saying?
a pile of gold over there, and there's a doorway, and it's looking pretty cool, and
You ain't that bad. You know what I'm saying?
you know what I mean. We've been there, done that. You feel me?
Yeah, it's like, that's yesterday's news. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Okay, so
It's a done deal.
you're on an island. You eat some toes or some pinky toes or whatever you chose, and then you have the key, the knife, the pole, and then you're there for like 3 weeks, and then you get curious because you're delusional and you already ate your hands or whatever, and then you find out there's that door at the other side of the island. You go through it.
Yeah, I'm using nubs. I'm using nubs and opening that door for sure.
Yeah. So you go to the door. You open it. There's the gold. There's that fucking fire ass siren.
Yeah.
That's only fire for that time that you before you get it, and then after you kind of just
hentai shit. You feel me? Just posted, loasted.
Ooh. Okay. Bet. Say less.
Just posted, loasted, waiting for me, but.
So she speaks nothing but Japanese.
Yeah, fuck it.
Alright.
I don't know what I would do with that, but yeah.
But you said the gold is from Rome, right?
Yeah, the gold is from Rome.
And she's from Atlantis, or she's like Atlantis that speaks Japanese, or she's Japanese that speaks Atlantis, or is she like from like Roman times too, or is it like? All right,
she's from Rome.
Okay. And then you bang, you're like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, and then it's over, but you were stoned the whole time. So then by the time you get it gone and you're good, you're like, your stone's just completely gone. You're like, oh shit, like it wasn't even that great.
But every time I look at her, I get stoned, so.
Yeah, so like, but you're not as attracted to her because you already, got it out.
Yeah, so like basically like I'll give her one good look, get stoned again, and I'm gone.
And then that's when you go through the portal, right?
Yeah.
And then you end up, you said you take your left hand, right?
Yeah.
And then where do you appear Where do you appear next? Do you appear at your house? Do you appear on the street? Do you appear in a city? Do you appear in the forest? Do you appear?
I enter the void. So like where I'm at, no one knows. They don't understand.
So you just ascend to the next.
Yeah.
The next
and
dimension.
On top of that, I regrow my limbs. Whatever I lost, I regrow. I get that shit back, and then I come back to Earth.
Like Terminator?
Yep.
Naked too?
Type shit, yep. Kneel down like in a T-boat fucking stance.
Respect. That's mad respect.
Yep.
And then you come kill John Connor.
Yep. In reality, I think that I'm me, but I'm not. I'm a robot that came back from a future.
Oh my god, this is too good. So you're actually a fucking time traveling robot from the future that came back as a younger version to a deserted island to eat his own limbs, to fuck some pussy, and then you get stoned, and then you fucking go into a portal,
and then dessert.
That goes into the next life, and then you're back as a robot.
Yep.
Oh my god.
It's an eternal loop.
And then you just keep cycling, and you just keep going through different cycles. Like,
yeah, but
you come out as a Terminator, and then you die as a Terminator, and then
it's like that. Like, have you seen that? I don't know if you're familiar with it or not, but it's on Hulu. It's like that fucking the movie Palm Springs. With fucking.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
What's that one fool?
Is it like Altered Carbon?
Nah,
have you seen that show?
No, it's a funny movie. It's like this fool from the Lonely Island and shit. Andy fucking what's his name?
Oh, Andy Samberg or whatever.
Or some shit like that. Yeah, and like that one girl from How I Met Your Mother.
Which
one?
It's
like the girl that he's actually talking about the entire time.
Robin?
Not Robin. Like
the other one.
Like that his actual girl.
Oh yeah. The actual mother that gets cancer and shit. Sorry, spoiler alert if you guys watch that. But honestly, I'm pretty sure if you guys watch that whole show, you guys have no lives. But I mean, I'm just kidding. But anyway, yeah.
It's
that show was fire. Shout out to How I Met Your Mother, but like, dude, that shit was way too long.
It's those two, but like basically they're in a time loop. So like basically what happens is like she sees this fool, right?
No hate on. I'm sorry. I'm just messing with you guys.
She sees this fool.
Okay.
Like I'm just gonna I'm sorry if you want to see it, fuck. But she sees this guy, meets him. They go to like this like weird ass cave, and it's like glowing with like a weird red kind of like light. I don't even know if it's red or not. I don't really remember anymore. But it's like a white like bright light, and they're looking at it. And they're like, oh fuck no, they're about to die about some like dude, or something's gonna happen. They're about to die some way. I don't really remember. But then they wake up and it's like, boop, it's restarted again.
The whole story?
Yeah, like the whole, like, basically, she wakes up in her bed.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, what the fuck? Like, gets up and goes and finds that fool. Asks that fool what the fuck is going on. He's like, oh,
hey,
shit.
what the fuck is going
like,
on?
Shit. Yeah, because, like, he's like, oh, shit, she knows. Because, like, he's been stuck in a fucking time loop, too.
Oh, okay.
So he's like, yep. He's like, this is what it is. Like, no matter how
so
many
it's like
times
Groundhog Day?
Yeah, so many how times. Yeah, so like he's like tries to explain to her like no matter how many times you try, I can't even talk. No matter how many times you try, no matter what, you're stuck in this fucking loop. So like she's like, nah, fuck this. So she's like, they're driving in the car, and she like goes into the fucking other side of the traffic, fucking tries to run into the fucking car. Boom.
And then
they
Bill
die.
wakes up
and
again, and it's like Groundhog Day. So yeah.
They wake up again.
So what you're saying is, your deserted island, and then, you know, you finally leave, and then you
like
come back as
time,
the Terminator.
So basically, every
and then
time
when you die as the Terminator,
I'm fully aware of what's happening. At some point, I finally start to realize that I'm stuck in a loop.
Yeah.
And so slowly but surely, I try to change each loop.
And how do you finally get out of the loop? You take like a shit in a random toilet or something? Or you shit on some guy's car?
I find the fucking oracle.
Come on, Alex. Be deeper than that. Come on.
Or I'm just fucking.
It's like fighting the infinite.
Alright,
so like it's essentially what he's talking about is like the Izanami, and he's like trying to like.
Yeah, I know. I got the premise. I'm just fucking around.
I didn't even know what the fuck that is, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
The Izanami?
I have no idea.
So,
I don't remember what that is.
I don't remember what that is.
Itachi puts Nagato into the Izanami. He uses the Izanami.
No, Itachi uses it against Kabuto.
Oh, Kabuto.
And what it is, it's pretty much it's the Izanagi. Izanagi is the first version that where you alter time and space through the use of your eye. On one eye, you lose your perception on one eye, but you're able to change or rewrite history. But the Izanami is that you put the person that thinks that they're putting you through the Izanami into
so
an
you get stuck in an eternal loop.
So you get stuck into the internal loop until you figure out what it is that you fucked up, or how you come to a self-realization that you fucked up, and that you let go of your ego. And when you do that, that's when you come and break the fucking
the Genjutsu.
Yeah. So
I had no idea.
You're on an island.
That's what I was talking about, but cool.
With 3 items: key, pole, and knife.
But what the fuck does a pole do?
You never ventured out to try what the fucking pole did. You're on an island. You use your fingers. You stab fish.
Alright.
You finally come to realize that the key opens something. You find the key. You find the door on the opposite side of the island. You see gold. You see a siren that's really hot that gets you stoned every time you see it. But then you bang her, and then you realize, oh shit, that was it. And then you're like, all right, I'm over it.
Nah, so like I skipped through that portal, and then like it turns out that like turns out, you know what I mean, shit happens, you know what I mean. Had a kid. I skipped out. Didn't really realize what I was doing, but we skipped out. We're out of there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then somehow, within space-time travel, we get child support payments from a girl. from a girl in another dimension, right?
Yeah.
So we're like, oh shit.
Plot twist, is it the siren?
Oh shit, it is.
Oh shit.
So we're like, oh shit, fuck. Like, I'm responsible for this human being. Gotta start sending international space to payments and shit, right? And so we start doing that, and then we go to International Space Court. We determine how we're gonna
settle
in a So are you gonna keep this kid? Are you gonna let me see him? What's going on here?
Granted, you still get stoned when you see her, right?
I still get stoned. So like I'm in court, like every time I look over, I'm just like, fuck. God damn, like fuck.
And then do you get out of it, or what's the settlement?
Basically, I get fucked.
By her?
By her and by the court. Cause like I got it like that, I can do it like that. You know what I mean?
Especially because you have the gold still,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. It's fucking. That's right.
Respect.
That's right. You know what I mean? Yep. And we're back.
Hey, I say it. Just kidding. We're back, everybody. I'm back. Alexis behind the camera.
Hi, everybody.
We don't have a mic set up for him because it's really late and I'm on mushrooms. The power up kind, you know, not the illegal kind.
Oh yeah, the power up kind.
Yeah, the power up kind. So are you?
Oh,
you're
yeah.
on the power up kind. So we're just like feeling the vibe. And Alexis is really tired, so there's no mic for him. So I apologize in advance, even though you already kind of dealt with it a little bit. But whatever, with me and him.
Fuck it.
It's all good, dude. I want Alexis to have some time on camera and stuff.
Dude, don't worry about it, cause like, trust me, bro. Like, year from now, you'll be paying a motherfucker pocket change to walk around with a mic and follow you guys.
That'd be cool. But we got Rylen again, Alexis. We got Thoth, however you want to say it, and then we got the almighty Shiva right here.
And we got a Crystal Geyser water bottle.
And we got the Crystal Geyser. So you feel the vibe. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Yes, sir.
I just have to ask you some things.
Go ahead.
Live shows, like live music.
Mhm.
What's the deal?
Well, I mean, we've been in quarantine for like a whole year, so like venues are kind of closed off for like that. But
we're opening up. That's
yeah,
why I'm
we're
asking. Do you have any plans?
Me and a few buddies of mine, my buddy Cash and my other buddy James, we're about to do a show here pretty soon. It's probably the middle of July, I want to say, but there's not a date yet. But we already got the venue locked down. We already know what's going on. So it is what it is. We're just waiting.
It is what it is.
It is what it comes down to. But other than that, I'm pretty fucking excited to do that shit.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about doing like show, like a party kind of show, like just like a backyard?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've always thought about doing shit like that.
It's never happened.
Yeah, honestly, it's never like. I've always had ideas to do shit like that, or honestly, like genuinely, I want to invest in my own venue, like have my own shit, and basically like throw my own shows. Use that money to make better shows.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's honestly like really like that'd be my goal and dream. To be quite honest with you, like label shows consistently, and they just be better and better. Cause like I feel like music is also it's kind of like how you represent yourself. You know what I mean? You want to be able to emulate yourself and look like entertaining at the same time. And so, yeah.
I feel it. I have something I'll talk to you off the podcast about, you know what I mean? But I definitely feel what you're talking about, like investing in something like that or something. Would you be open to, like, if people hit you up and were like, hey, come do this show? Like, is that something you would be able to do on spot, or is that something you need, like, time to prep for?
I mean, I would prefer to have time.
Yeah. Well, like, how much?
At least like a week.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
But that's
Really?
pretty, like, on spot still, you know what I mean?
Like, I could do it if you give me a week's time.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could probably do it on the spot too, honestly. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I think it's very possible. Very easy for me. But, I just like, me personally, like to be prepared for shit. So, like, I prefer to be prepared. Because, like, the way I look at it is, like, making music and doing all that, like, even, like, doing live performances, like, I'm a perfectionist, you know what I mean? So I want everything to be perfect, in my view. But, yeah.
I feel it.
Yeah.
So, what would you say, like, the next 6 months looks like for you as far as music? Like, you see yourself?
I'm gonna drop this project. I mean,
Yeah.
I already told you, like, I have 60 tracks already done those.
Yeah, you
Good.
told me, yeah.
Done deal. My plan is to, like, I'm not gonna use all of those, but I'm still gonna build on that pool of tracks. So I'm still gonna have a large pool to pick from. So, like I told you, like, I'm gonna add on to it. I'm gonna, like, take those ones. Basically, if you think about it, like, imagine, like, I make a folder on your computer. Make a folder. You have all these tracks in it, right? Take, like, 10 of them out, put it into another folder, and that would be the project. And then build on the other fucking, like, tracks that I have and use those as a select few if I want to use them. Or if I like the new shit that I'm making, then I'll just use that. And that's kind of like the process that I've been going through.
I feel that. So, how far out do you actually plan for things? As far as, like,
Well, just like this show
releasing, like, hold on.
What do you mean?
Yeah. How far out do you usually, like, plan for, like, a release or something along those lines? And, like,
Honestly, I have the idea in my head for, like, a while. Like, it's not even like like I may have just dropped that project that you, like, listen to, maybe, if you do. But in reality, I had that whole thing planned out, like, a whole, like, 2 months ahead. It was just, like, getting it put together is what took me so long, because I want everything to sound perfect as well. And so I want that to be engineered, and, like, I take my time with it. You know what I mean? Shouts out Joe, though. Shouts out Joe. That
Joe
motherfucker.
Salazar?
Yeah, that motherfucker be helping me out. I'm not gonna lie. You really be doing his shit. Some tracks, genuinely, he engineered. I'm not gonna lie. I just liked how he did it. And I watched him do it. But now I'm kind of, like, coming into my own, and I'm realizing that, like, I like how I engineer, you know?
Yeah.
So now it's like, it's weird, bro. It's like noticing the differences between them. Because, like, all his shit that he does is clean as fuck. Genuinely, it's fucking clean. Like, there's nothing really wrong with it. But, like, there's certain things that I want to stand out better in my mixes, if that makes sense. And so I make them stand out. Or, like, it may not sound as good, but, like, I'm emulating different areas, if that makes sense. That's my goal.
Yeah. You're trying to go with, like, more of a...
I don't even know if that's correct or not. But that's the thing, though.
You're trying to go with more of your style.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I don't know if that's correct or not. It probably isn't, but fuck it. A lot of people do their own shit. I'm gonna do mine.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
That is what it is. You know what I mean? But
yeah, I mean, you shouted him out. You said he's great and he's helped you a lot and stuff.
No, he definitely has.
Now that you're learning more, you're leaning more towards
I'm kind of
what
like
you're doing.
Yeah, leaning towards myself, I guess.
Yeah. Well, and he's got other things going on too, I'm sure. You know.
No, yeah, definitely.
It's better sometimes to take a hold of things yourself. You know what I mean?
No, I feel you. For
Like,
sure. It
there's-
feels empowering, honestly, to like be able to create shit like that and do it myself. Cause like, I really didn't think that I could, but now I'm like realizing that like, I actually can do that shit.
Yeah.
And it really just takes time and like patience.
Well, I believed in you ever since before you were
No, I know
sleeping on my fucking
fuck,
couch.
dude, you've been telling me to do that shit by myself forever. So like, now's the time. I don't even know why I chose now, but like, and I've always like mixed my own shit too, but like I never really took the time to really do it, and now I have, and it's like it's a lot different. It's definitely a lot different.
What would you say? Well, actually, I have one question before this. Actually,
All right.
do you ever plan? This is like beyond like a release or anything like that. Do you ever plan anything like a year or two ahead? Like at all?
Like genuinely, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
I can envision like shit working out the way I wanted to, and I can really picture what I would do with that if it did, and I already know what I would do with it.
yeah. But that's not. It's not.
But are you talking about
necessarily,
like necessarily like you're telling me like you have a plan like a show planned for like a year in advance type shit?
No. Like, do you see yourself ever like building like an actual studio or like?
Oh yeah,
Do
dude.
you give yourself goals that are like long?
The whole goal is to have my own studio, my own label, like
Well,
all that.
Yeah, but that was just an example. It's like, do you have any goals that are like long standing that like you can do this, but it might take you a year or two to like achieve that? Do you ever think about those types
Yeah,
of things?
I feel like genuinely music is that like it's trial and error for a long time until you like think that you figured it out, I guess. And like that takes your own confidence, your own opinion really, because like everybody makes different noises and different sounds. They all have different like types of like music, you know what I mean? Different genres, whatever, the way they want to be emulated. But I think it just comes down to figuring yourself out.
Yeah.
That's really what it comes down to.
No, I know that's what it comes down to. I know that. I was just wondering if you like I have a 5-year plan that I'm trying to like implement. You know what I mean? In phases. You know what I mean?
I plan to, honestly, my plan is to like make music, market it smartly, not stupid, but market it smart, and figure that out along the way. But like I already have an idea of how I want to do it. Market that music, and then go from there and build off that. And like I have ideas and plans that I want to do when I get to that point. I believe that I can get to that point in 5 years. Like, if that's what you're asking me.
I mean, that's not what I'm asking you, but I mean, that's a good answer. It's not like it's a wrong answer.
Because, like, the way I'm seeing it, no, like, the way that I'm seeing it is, like, bro, there are no other options, bro. Like, you're doing this. You're fucking going for it. So, like, there are no other options. You don't have other options. You're already this far. You know what I mean? I'm already this old. I'm already this far. I'm not even that old, but I'm already this old. And, like, I'm this far, and I'm going to go for this fucking shit.
Yeah.
I don't see any other options. It just, the amount of time that it takes me to get to that point, it will be a lengthy fucking, like, time. But, like, I don't see any other options for me.
Yeah. But it's like, well, you want to do music for your living, right? So, like, what are the steps that you're going to take over the next year to like try to ensure that? That's kind of like the question.
Well,
I
like,
guess you would say.
I need to get better. That's how I feel. Like, it's always the same. It's always going to be the same answer. I need to get better. I need to learn more. I need to do more research. Like, I know so much so far, but like I don't know everything. I want to know everything.
Yeah.
So like that's generally what it is. Like I will sit there and I will just think I need to get better.
Well, you were telling me you wanted to buy a mixer like this, right? You were telling me you wanted to buy like something like this, like a mixer or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like part of like alright, so like part of my question I guess you would say would be like, that's something you want to do, right?
Yeah.
Like how soon do you think you'll do that?
Pretty fucking soon. I'm just like slowly figuring it out.
You know what I mean?
That's generally
like, do you think in a year that you could have like a studio?
Because like now, like you were saying, like we were talking about live shows. Live shows just started. I believe that like you have to get out there and you have to do those live shows, but you also need to make like content. You need visuals. You can't just fucking go to live shows or do live shows or like do anything. You need visuals. That's where.
What do you mean by visuals?
You need videos.
No.
No, you do.
I mean, you...
No, you really do. Because, like, no one's going to be interested. Like, they're going to see your fucking shit. You're going to have videos, but you're also going to have the music, too. You need videos. That's how A Boogie blew up. Look it up.
I'm not going to deny that's how somebody blew up, but...
All he did was make videos, had gnarly-ass visuals, and boop, 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 boop. Millionaire.
Yeah. I feel it. Visuals, so you got, like...
Like, I want to make psychedelic visuals. You thinking that I'm just going to sit there on the camera and not do anything, but, like, I really want to, like, play with the effects and do gnarly little visuals.
Nobody said that. I'm just confused because it's, like, I've gone to shows, you know what I mean? And some of my favorite shows were the shows that were just, like, up close and personal. And there's no screens at all. You know what I mean? So, like, I get what you're saying. Like, it's just, like, one of those things where I guess
I've always wanted to approach it differently, though.
I feel like I'm old. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just like, this is, like, a whole other world I don't understand, I guess. Because, like, I go to shows, like, I saw Vince Staples. Here's a clip. I saw him perform in North Park, San Diego. And there was no visuals. Visuals in the sense of like they had a fog machine and lights and stuff like that, but there was no, you know what I'm saying?
You ever seen a Travis Scott performance though? And he has like big ass monitors with big visuals.
I actually haven't, but this is what I was gonna say to that is that a lot of times, not always, it's not always the case, but a lot of times in a big arena show, they do have visuals like that because people are so far away.
I want that shit to be a whole ass experience, like visual experience, but also like sound experience, you know what I mean?
I understand what you're saying. It's just, my thing is like, I guess what I'm saying is, I'm not saying you can't get there, but it's like a step that like, it's not essential. You know what I mean? Like if the music is good, people are going to feel the music.
No, I'm not even worried about that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Alexiz was kind of reluctant to start a podcast because he was like, oh, we don't have this and we don't have that and blah, 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 whatever. And I was like, look, man, fuck it all. We'll do it rinky-dink the way that we've been doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we'll grow and we'll grow. This is a new feature. We've only done like 3 or 4 podcasts with this thing. You know what I mean? New things are going to come soon, too, like more cameras. You know what I mean? We have another camera. We just don't have batteries for it miraculously. But it's one of those things where it's like know as you grow. You know what I mean? Like, so, like, I understand what you're saying, like visuals, because when I saw Tool at Street Scene in 2006, I couldn't see them. I was looking at a screen. So I know what you're saying. You know what I mean?
Because, like, basically what like going back to that point, is like, man, I lost my train of thought.
Sorry. My bad.
Basically, it's a difference in opinion, because like, I mean, everyone has their own way of what.
No, it's not even a difference in opinion. It was
But
that.
it is, because what you see music for you, like what you enjoy to watch.
Like, you want to
But-
see that shit.
Like,
You
No,
wanna see that
because
shit raw.
I'm accepting that it's the old way. You understand? So it's not a difference in opinion, because
I
I'm
don't think you have,
agreeing.
but like you
I'm
think,
agreeing with him, but what I'm saying is like I'm out of the loop. That's what I'm saying. It's not even a difference of opinion, because I don't think that you're right
like,
or wrong.
genuinely,
It's
or
that's
not
what-
even like.
not everything's
so
understood,
old,
though.
Because I mean, visuals have been incorporated in music since the '90s. I mean, but it's not like the general like big thing.
Yeah, it's
until,
like I don't want that to be
until
the main
recently that
focus
it's been
point
the
of
main
like the
focus.
entire thing.
Well, it's been a huge focus for a long time for like I said, larger like stadiums
exactly.
and
the
stuff
music's
like
gonna
that.
stand out more
But-
than visual.
Like I said, all right. So the last concert that I went to was with King Louie. Shout out King Louie. Told you, Louie, we shout you out on every podcast. But that was the last show I went to. That was before COVID-19 hit. All that stuff, and all of the smaller shows that I've ever been to, there's never been a visual like that. That's what I'm saying. But that's my experience. And that being said, I don't go to many shows. I haven't been to a show since before COVID. There's been plenty of shows that have happened. I'm sorry, Hunter. I missed High Compression. I couldn't figure out how to buy tickets. And then they were sold out when I figured out how to. The homie opened up for Agent Orange.
Yeah, I've seen them live. They've seen them live at the Red Bull in
It's fucking-
San Diego.
Fucking dope.
That's hard.
But no, I'm just saying like smaller shows and smaller venues and stuff. I'd never seen the thing, but it's not like a difference in opinion, because he might be onto something, and I'm not disagreeing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's the other thing too, is I don't go looking for new shit. You know what I mean? If I look for new shit, it's skateboarding or psychedelic related, and I have to pee. So we'll be right back after these messages.
So, Chadwick, you have been the top contender for the last, what was it, 25 Gundam mech machine fighting tournaments?
That is correct.
So how is it that somebody like you trains for one of these events?
Well, I just make sure I kill everybody in my way. Doesn't matter what color, what alien ethnicity they are, they're just meant to be killed.
Strong words from a strong man. So, I just have one last question before we wrap up this interview.
Sure.
Is it true that you and Lady Dimepiece have actually colluded together before events and partaken in many, many alcoholic beverages before coitus?
Well, I do enjoy a fine drink. And that lady is one sturdy gal.
Wow, so many must be envious of you. Thank you very much, Chadwick. We will have you back shortly after your next event.
All right.
Today we're here with General Ladaren, who is one of the top contenders in our spaceship fleet of entertainment. Mr. Ladaren. Is that the name? Yeah. No. Is it? Yes. No. Yes. Oh, yeah, it is. Mr. Ladaren, how do you feel about the competition?
Yeah, man, I mean, there's that competition, that's dude, I'm fucking smoking them all out, dog.
And that's gonna be time. We'll see you on the next episode of Intergalactic Space Split Flying Stuff.
And
we're here at the Gundam Astromech Fighting Championship, and here we got, oh, look, oh, no, what, oh, I can't believe my eyes. The 25-time contender has just been eliminated. Mr. Chadwick Wellington, the 19th, he's dead.
No.
He is gone, ladies and gentlemen.
Blow up to smithereens.
It is over. It is over for him. The new contender is, what's their name? The new contender. Hey everybody, we're back from our break. Alexiz is going to be a star one day, and so we are showcasing his fucking amazing voice acting skills every episode. So if you don't like it, you can fuck off, and this podcast's not for you. And if you do like it, we fucking love you. You are the best.
We love you.
Time travelers.
Yeah.
But before we went to break, you were saying you wanted to do visuals, and I was saying, oh, so would you be willing to like take whatchamacallit, a television set? Would you be willing to take a television set or something with you to like every venue essentially? You know, because they might not be equipped for that bullshit or whatever.
No, but I guess like I'm assuming that most venues have like either projectors or like
a lot of them,
like
a lot of
LCD
them do now.
monitors.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But I'm not too positive. You know, if that venue don't have it, then fuck that venue. We're not going there. But yeah, I mean, I really want people to have a real visual as well as like musical experience. You know, like
Yeah.
I just want it to be a whole entire experience. I guess that's
And
just
let
the best
me
way I can explain it.
let me reiterate. I mean, I was like, I don't necessarily know what the fuck I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like I'm an older head. Most of my homies are older than I am, you know? So like I have some younger friends and stuff, but like basically, dude, in like 2 years I'm going to be like that old man. It's like, "Get off my lawn." You know?
Damn,
so
2
it's like
years?
no, I'm kidding, but I don't really know, you know what I mean? Like I don't really know what's going on, especially cuz COVID bullshit. I haven't been to anything, you know.
Nah, I feel you.
And I'm just trying to light a fire under your fucking ass because I know that you're a talented human being, and I want to see you do great things. And nobody great ever did anything great when everyone was just like, yay.
Yeah.
You know, they had
You're
great people had great struggles too, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like that being said, my opinion of greatness might vary from yours. Like I don't consider certain people great even though they're successful. That doesn't mean shit to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
Like there's a lot of people out there who weren't successful but were great, you know? And I do want to showcase a lot of people like that on this podcast, but I do want to see like homies that have promising skills, like take them places, you know?
Yeah, dude, shit. I'm trying to see where the fuck I go with this shit because like I've only been trying and working so goddamn hard on it. I can't even tell you. I spent every goddamn day on this shit, dude. Like even before I came here, I've made like at least like 8 to 9 beats.
Yeah.
And they're actually pretty fucking solid. Like normally, like I'll just make like a fucking loop and I'll just like scrap it, be like fuck it, you know what I mean? Like, but sometimes other shit catches my ear differently, or like the way I make something, or the way it just comes out, you know. And then I actually fuck with it. And so like these actual beats that I made today, I was actually fucking with, and I was confused. I was like, dude, like what the fuck is going on? Like my creativity is on like another level. It didn't even make no fucking sense, to be quite honest with you. So like that in itself is pretty fucking cool. And yeah, you know, just like I mean, I'm witnessing the progression. I'll be asking people too, you know, but at the end of the day, I guess it just matters as long as I see it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And we may have mentioned this earlier in the podcast, but I'm I'm not trying to like pat myself on the back or anything, but like I am like a mentor to you.
No, yeah.
And,
I tell people that all the time.
And I feel like I play that role for a lot of people, you know?
It's the fucking bitches. Learn that fucking name.
But I really do feel like I play that role for a lot of people, and it's not something that I do fully, you know? It's just something that, like, I just start talking and people are like, oh, okay, like, and people will come to me for advice all the time.
Nah, it's because, like, when you talk, you actually make fucking logical sense. Like, a lot of people don't, they're not logical, bro. Like,
I appreciate it.
It's just that simple. Like, a lot of people would be saying shit, and you're just like, what?
I feel like I recognize talent in my friends that they also recognize as well. But I feel like sometimes I feel like I want to see my friends do well more than they want to see themselves do well.
No, I feel like that all the time.
Like, I don't know what it is, like, because I want to see myself do well, but I don't feel like I'm as talented as you or as talented as Alexiz.
See, it's weird, though, because, like, I feel you. I totally feel you because, like, I want to see a lot of people around me do well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to see, like, I would rather see them do better than me.
Yeah.
And that's what's crazy. But I also got to apply, like, you know what I mean, some of that energy to myself. Give some of myself, like, self-love, I guess. But
That's what the podcast was about. It's funny because me and Alexiz went back and forth on it. I wanted to start 1 year ago, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I watched myself on camera. I tried to interview Robert Prado, and I still have it in here, and James is in the interview too.
And that's what that fucking was, dude.
And
I remember that.
Yeah, and it's like, it's kind of lame and cheesy because I didn't really know what I was doing, and I was just smoking weed and getting high, you know?
Dude, I genuinely think that you could put that shit up and people would watch it.
I probably will, yeah.
Just to, little, just fuck it. Just throw it in there, you know what I mean? Random episode 1 week.
Yeah.
Like, unedited, unmastered type shit. You
Yeah. Well, and, it's just, it's strange because I wanted to do one and then I gave up on it. Yeah. And then Alexiz came to me and was like, you should do Corey and Kyle Blanchett came to me and was like, you should do a podcast, blah, 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 all this stuff. And I was like, yeah, but who the fuck am I? I don't matter. You know, and I was like telling people the reason why Joe Rogan's podcast worked was because it's like
he's already fucking Joe Rogan.
He's the fucking Fear Factor guy.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
You know, and he was on.
He's on UFC, dude. Like everybody sees him every fucking weekend.
Yeah, and he was on like TV radio or whatever the fuck that show was called. I never watched it.
Like I can understand what you're saying. He's like very notable, so people want to see that.
Yeah, so like he would just get on there, and it was the fact that he was a celebrity, and people realized that like, oh, this celebrity thinks about this trippy shit that I think about when I'm smoking weed and doing mushrooms with my friends, you know? And that's why it worked. So I was telling people, there's nothing like I know people who have done things, but I've made videos, you know, and I walked away from the mainstream industry of skateboarding, you know? I had an opportunity, and I walked away from it because I was like, one, I was nervous that I wasn't good enough, and I was nervous to take the place of someone who may have been more deserving, you know, which I know plenty of other people who would have been more deserving.
Yeah.
And the other thing was that the person that I would have been involved with all the time has a reputation of being very shitty to people, you know.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
And the group of people that he's involved with, it just was no good. I would have been getting a paycheck to go skate and film.
Not enjoy it.
And I wouldn't be able to film with my homies. I'd be on call. It was just a bad gig, you know.
I feel you.
And it put a sour taste in my mouth over the whole thing. And then I just put all my cards into like myself and freelance. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it like I blew it for myself and I fucked up, but the stuff I created it's pretty good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I blew a premiere and hundreds of people showed up, and then by the end of it was only, you know, a couple people by the time I actually showed up, and that's like a big no-no. It's unprofessional. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, I'm just this unprofessional fuckhead. Like, who am I? That's how I saw it. And Alexiz was like, oh, that's not what matters. you have experience. We've seen shit. We've done shit. Like, we know people that would come on the podcast with us. Like, and the only reason why we haven't had any of those people on yet is because me and Alexis are still nervous. Like, we're still, like, because we were talking before we started up again. You were asking me if I ever feel nervous about shit. You know, if I ever feel nervous when I talk to certain people or when I have to go do stuff, or, you know, like, asking people, like, hey, like, will you check this out for me?
For those of you that don't know, this motherfucker Skyler likes to sit here and act calm as fuck all the time. You can't read this motherfucker. You never know. You can't tell what this motherfucker going through.
Yeah, dude,
unless he actually, like, gets fucking mad. I feel like he has to be pushed to a point, though, but...
Yeah. When I get angry, it's obvious, you know? But, like, I'll be having, like, existential breakdowns inside of my head, like, full-on panic attacks, and people won't have any idea, you know? And it's just, like... And it's just because of the fact that, like, I know that all that stuff is not real. You know, it's stuff that's fabricated in my mind, you know, when I'm going through that type of shit. And so I'll just try to sit there and be calm. Because, like, freaking out doesn't help.
Yeah, like, you can't do anything.
Yeah, and...
I kind of, like, learned that, like, within the past, like, year and a half. Like, I used to fucking freak out all the fucking time. And then, like, one day I just woke up and, like, dude, I'm not gonna trip out about shit no more. Like...
Yeah.
That shit's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. There's no fucking point in sitting there and tripping.
No, there's none. And that's why
Like, it won't solve shit. Like, just approach everything calm, and you'll be able to fucking rationally do things.
I told Alexis no for the podcast. I was like, no. And then I sat on it, and I took some mushrooms, and I thought about it, and I was like, you love to talk, motherfucker. In case anybody hasn't noticed, Rylen's only said a couple words. But I'm just, like, over here babbling. But, like, I love to fucking talk. And so I have seen a bunch of shit just like he had mentioned, Alexis. And so it's like, fuck it, let's just do it, right? And then Alexis was like, yeah, but we don't have all the stuff. And I was like, man, fuck that. Watch the first Joe Rogan podcast. It's fucking terrible, you know?
Is it really that bad?
Yeah, it's terrible. It's a webcam video, and there's, like, snowflakes... like coming down, like animated snowflakes coming down the screen.
Oh my god.
And for like a couple minutes he doesn't know like what he's doing, and then yeah, I mean, it's not, and when I say it's terrible, I mean it's like, it's really fun to watch if you're a fan of the JRE, because you're like, wow, the growth, you know? But without that growth, the story's not as good, you know? And I was kind of explaining that to Alexis, like, we can just do it in my shitty little kitchen, and then gradually add on cameras and gradually add on different things, you know?
Like that, yeah.
And
show people the progression as well.
But I mean, like, it's like right now, even I feel like, oh fuck, like I get nervous every time I do one, because I don't want people. I want people to listen, and I want to sound like coherent, you know.
Yeah.
And I want
everything. I know.
I want what I say to like come out, and I want people to understand it, and I want to be able to convey the person that's sitting in that chair that you're sitting in as best as I can, because the only reason why you're sitting in that chair is because of how much I respect what you do. You know what I mean? And that...
Thank you.
That's like the whole thing, you know?
Thank you.
I like the personable shit. We haven't mentioned, I don't know, maybe we have. I don't know if we've mentioned it. I got a spinal treatment. I got a new spine treatment.
I don't know if we have either, but we'll have to do a little rewind on that.
Yeah. If I mentioned it before, it's getting cut. But I recently got a spinal treatment. I was in a position, for those of you who don't know, for listeners, viewers.
Oh no, you talked about this.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, because you were talking about how like you were excited to get back on a skateboard again.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah. I'm excited as fuck.
Or maybe,
and so
maybe you didn't talk about it.
Maybe I just told you.
No, I'm thinking that you like. I saw that on like, because I've been following the CULTureLand posts and shit.
Yeah,
so that's what it was.
Yeah, So if you haven't followed on Instagram or
Yeah, just give them a recap. Fuck it.
just a recap, just in case. I mean, if I said it
Give them a
before,
little update,
fuck it.
cause like that was like what, a week ago or 2 weeks ago.
The treatment started 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah, alright.
And I got my second dose yesterday.
How are we feeling?
Or 2 days ago.
How are we feeling?
Dude, I haven't felt this good in like over half a decade.
Shit.
Like for those of you who don't know, my spine was in a state of degeneration. The muscle tissue, the ligaments, the tendons, everything connected to the spine had begun to deteriorate, inflame. I was losing mobility in my legs. I was losing mobility in my arms. I haven't ridden a skateboard seriously, like actually like ridden a skateboard, like trying to do any tricks or anything in over 2 years.
It's been that long.
Yeah, and I haven't rode a skateboard, just like casual ride a skateboard down the block in over a year. You know, it had gotten so bad, and I asked my doctor like, hey, I'm feeling great. Can I start like doing labor again? I was because I like shoveling ditches and shit. That was my work. And that's what I want to do again, because you could say what you want about a ditch digger, but it's humbling work. It's satisfying at the end of the day. Every day you see what you've done.
Work is work.
Work is work. I feel it, but I want to do that stuff again. Like not being able to lift things, like needing help to bring groceries inside of my own fucking house. Like that shit was sad and ridiculous. And we've turned a new leaf. I started getting these injections. And yeah, I can fucking put socks on without feeling pain and walk without feeling pain now. Crazy. So the future's bright.
Well, I'm happy for you, bro, because, I mean, shit, I'm trying to go fucking skate.
Let's go. I'm down. I can only cruise for now until I build up more muscle, Because I deteriorated for a long time.
No-comply skate when you're healthy, alright?
Oh, you don't want it, but yeah.
No, I don't fucking want it.
Alright, bro. Don't.
Fuck this fool up.
Let's see it. We'll see, bro. Because since I haven't ridden my board, I've done a lot of thinking about like what I would do if I could get back on the board. And so I've thought of tricks that I never even thought of because I've had so much time to just think.
Bro, he's going to come out here and do some, like, skate 3 shit. Talk about, like, kick flip, grab, front flip, 50-50 down the rail type shit.
I think I could pull off a no-comply ghetto bird. I swear to God. I think because I could no-comply, like, pressure hard flip, like, no-comply hard flip. I know how to do it.
The fuck?
So I think I've never thought about it, but I think that if I just catch it, right? Like at the 90 and then just I think I could pull it. If I pull it, there will be footage, but again, like I said, no, I can't really skate or do anything like that for a couple more weeks. I can ride right now, but that's it.
Yeah, that's something.
Yeah, I'm starting to lift.
That's like the most enjoyable part to me is like the actual ride.
Yeah.
I like riding that shit, like cruising, like mobbing down a fucking hill, like late at night, or like not even late at night. It's just like when it's like when the sun's coming down type shit, but there's still enough light outside. So it's like when the sky gets that purpley orange, purple mountain majesty fucking shit.
Yeah,
you know
purple mountain majesty, yes sir.
I'll never forget when you first told me that shit. Like 7th grade, we were
I was so baked.
Yeah,
like,
we're sitting there.
And I just pointed at the mountains.
You're like, look, purple mountain majesty. I start dying. I'm like, for sure. At that time, like, I'm in 7th grade. I'm 12 years old. I think maybe I might have been 11 actually. I'm like 11 years old, and like, it wasn't that like I didn't fuck with weed. I just didn't even like I didn't touch it yet. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have like that experience yet. But like I had zero fucking idea this fool was high. I'll be like, wow. But I thought he was like one of the funniest, fucking smartest people I've ever met. When I was 7th, when I was in 7th grade, for sure.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So
man.
much fucking funny shit would happen. Like, you would tell me about, like, there's, like, one time where, like, I'm in 7th grade, and you're talking about, bro, I did salvia, and that shit was fucking crazy. And I'm like, yo, like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? Like, what is that? And, like, you gotta explain it to me.
We are back. We are back. We are getting Doug back.
I'm here.
Shout out the Hangover. But so it's running late. We've been doing this for a very, very long time. We're at 1,000 and no way. Is that real?
Yeah.
We're at 10,000 bars. That can't be real.
That's real, bro. I've been watching it go up the entire time we've been doing this. I didn't even know what I was looking at. I was just, like, looking at the fucking numbers.
If that's real, then this is for sure the longest podcast I've ever done. But this fool's tired. The podcast originally got interrupted because the shroom trip got way too intense. Couldn't finish the interview. Had to go home.
Great time, though.
It was fun. It was fun. I was worried about you. I was like, oh no. But
it only felt like someone was fucking stabbing or ripping open my stomach while I was sitting in this chair. It made no fucking sense. It was like something walked through me, and all of a sudden my fucking stomach just hurt.
we got him back. And
But I'm here now.
we briefly talked about some more stuff and went into some crazy ancient stuff and whatever. But I think that the next podcast that we do, it's not for certain, but the next podcast we do might have someone very, very special on. But the podcast after that might be just kind of like a continuation of this podcast.
Yeah, we got more stories. We got
Yeah.
way more stories.
And I want to
Because
talk
we got-
to you. I want to talk to you about Tool. I want you to listen to them, and I want to
Yeah,
hear
now
what
I'm
you think about
I'm
them.
definitely intrigued, so I'm gonna have to do that.
Yeah, because Maynard he's a fucking genius, you know. And a lot of people have recently stumbled upon them because of Joe Rogan. But I got to see those motherfuckers in 2006 at Street Scene San Diego. And I had already, like, listened to them. My grandfather
I hope
was
I
a
understand.
Tool head.
Like, by listening to them, I hope I understand how fucking amazing your experience was. You see what I'm saying?
At the concert?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the funny thing, too, is that
Like, I hope I can understand, like, damn, I fucking wish I was
when
there so bad.
when they played,
Fuck.
they played in a circle facing each other, not facing the audience.
What the fuck?
And
That's
then
fucking unique.
they had crazy giant screens that were playing music videos and like all this crazy shit. It was like basically it was kind of like what you were talking about, like what you wanted to do, you know?
That's lit.
Yeah,
That's
it was
pretty fucking cool.
insanity, dude. It was in the Qualcomm parking lot. It was the first street scene that wasn't in the gas lamp district. It was in the parking lot at Qualcomm Stadium, with R.I.P. Qualcomm. But yeah, dude, it was insane. Definitely, you're supposed to listen to the albums like all the way through. You know, so I want to talk to you about Lateralis and 10,000 Days.
All right.
And then
Where does it start?
What do you mean?
Like, what's the first album?
Their very first album.
Yeah, because I'm trying to start from, like, beginning to finish.
Oh, I feel you.
Is that not what I want to do, or I just want to listen to songs?
No, you can do that, but I'm very well versed in like Lateralis and 10,000 Days and like the whole etymology of how the things were created. Because that's when I really was into Tool, is when 10,000 Days dropped. I was like super, super into them. They were my favorite band. And at that time, I hadn't really discovered Pink Floyd. I knew about Pink Floyd, but hadn't really like dove into it. Pink Floyd's my favorite band still, but I'll tell you what, Tool is probably a close second, honestly.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say Pink Floyd's my favorite band too.
Yeah, Pink Floyd. I mean,
Pink Floyd, just like, I don't know what it was about Pink Floyd, but when I heard Pink Floyd, it was like a soothing, nice feeling. Well, not like, obviously I was fucking tripping, but I mean, like, it was just different too, cause like I could sit there sober and listen to their music and enjoy it the same exact way. And then on top of that, it like opened my mind to like look at other music, if that makes sense. Because like I feel like my entire life I was very close-minded with music, and I was like, dude, I don't want to listen to that shit.
You still are?
Yeah, like I'm still, yeah. Gotta say that. I still kind of am. Like there's like, you could show me some shit, and I'll be like, yeah, I'll check it out, and I'll listen to it for maybe like 30, 40 seconds, and be like, man, fuck this, turn it off. But like, maybe I might happen to go back and listen to it. Like, for example, like my buddies have played like, I was listening to fucking Sada Baby today, and I was like, yo, this is actually pretty fucking cool. And like, if you listen to that shit, you'd be like, fuck this shit.
Probably.
You probably turn that shit off. But you have to be in that right mood, and I was fucking like, I was working, just got back from lunch, had a tall can on my lunch, you know what I mean? Feeling kind of good. So like, it was just like the right mood and the right moment, and like it had me like out just working and just getting my shit done, you know what I mean? But if you would have told me to listen to Sada Baby yesterday, I would have told you, fuck that fool. That fool sucks.
Yeah.
But like, I just took the moment in time today and like just decided to listen to it just to see what it was, and like now I understand what it is.
Mhm.
And I understand, like, you were telling me like you can't like master everything without appreciating it. Like now I appreciate it, but like I still don't, like, it's not my type of shit, but like I understand it. You know what I mean? It's weird.
Yeah.
I
Well,
get it.
I saw my uncle yesterday. I went down and saw him, and we talked briefly. And he's a film nerd, and I consider myself a film nerd as well. But him and my buddy Twan, Anthony Coriel, they have very similar passions for film, to the point where sometimes I feel like it ruins the purpose of film, right? Because you can't even appreciate the simple things. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're looking to be wowed, and you've seen all, like, if you're looking to be wowed and you've seen almost all the cinema, then it's all downhill from there. You know? It's like, imagine never filming skateboarding ever, and then the first time you ever film skateboarding, like, you know your way around the camera, right? But the first time you ever film skateboarding, you're filming with Nyjah Houston, right? You're filming with Nyjah, right? And he's landing everything first try. You don't have this appreciation for what it takes to actually do the things that he's doing, you know, because you didn't watch, like, what it was like for, like, your homies as kids growing up trying to fucking jump down a 4-stair. You know what I mean? You don't, how much shit goes into that, you know? I feel like you lose an appreciation for things, and it's really easy to stand outside of a thing and judge it versus, like, to actually go and do your own thing. Like, I started having problems with Star Wars and the way that Star Wars was going with the sequel trilogy. And instead of bitching about it, I started writing a book, you know? Because I heard something a long time ago, and it was, if you got something to say about somebody's art, why don't you just make your own art? Like that, because that's what all of it is, you know? And if there's something that you see, oh, they should have done this, well, then go write your fucking book, make your characters, make your storyline. There you go. Happy? You know what I mean? And
I totally understand your approach. I see what you're saying.
And so me and my uncle, we were kind of talking about it, and like, he was like shitting on Endgame, and he was just like, "Oh, it's a piece of garbage film and all this shit and blah blah blah," and that's like somebody pulling up Star Wars, never watching Star Wars, and then watching Rise of Skywalker, and that's your introduction to Star Wars.
You're not gonna get a good opinion on that. I thought Rise of Skywalker was fucking ass.
Well, and it's completely out of context. If you start with Rise of Skywalker and you haven't seen any of the other Star Wars movies,
well, yeah, you're never gonna understand it.
It's completely out of context. He had never seen any of the Marvel movies, my uncle,
and he watched Endgame.
He watched Endgame, and he's like, "This is trash," and it's like, well, you can't really say that
Bro,
because
there's like 17 movies that fucking head of that shit. Like, you gotta watch all of them.
yeah.
No, like, I totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah, and just because and my homie Anthony refuses to watch Marvel movies, you know?
Yeah, like, it's funny that you, like, he says that too, because, like, Endgame was recorded in, like, a different way than, like, all the other movies. Like, I don't know if you noticed
It was
or not.
it was the first that used.
It was different. Like, I noticed it.
They did all kinds of shit, man, that had never been done before with that
like,
movie.
It was completely different.
That movie will go down, I feel like, and I could be wrong.
It was like the way they framed shit and did all that shit too. It was like, I can't explain it, but the way that it was filmed and recorded was like done in a completely different way that I've never seen before. But it was like they adopted ideas that I had seen before, but it was like they made it their own.
But exactly. And then there's mysticism involved in all the movies.
It's funny because I would have never thought of it like that until like you pointed it out and said all this shit right now, because I watched that movie and like I thought about that. Like that was in the back of my mind, because like I also like I appreciate films too. I don't necessarily watch them like as much as you maybe, you know, but like I do appreciate a good movie every here and now and then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I remember watching that shit in theaters and like thinking that shit like this shit seems completely different than I've ever seen before. Like it was just a style. It was a different style. That's what
by
it was.
refusing to watch something, you're admitting defeat in my eyes.
Well, yeah,
You're admitting that you are unable to accept that something might be great even though you don't like it. You know what I mean? Because that's the other thing too, is that even if you don't like the story of Endgame, cinematically that movie is visually stunning. You know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's
CGI fucking.
Yeah, and it's not like the CGI that is trash CGI. Like, and people complain like, oh, they overdid it, and I get what they're talking about, but the in-depth CGI that they did is really good. You know.
It's funny though. I like only watched that movie like maybe once. Twice.
I watched that movie on shrooms.
See, like I need to watch that shit again or something, because
I watched Infinity War on shrooms and Endgame, and it was really intense and really gnarly, and it made me appreciate the movies even more. I already liked them before, you know.
Dude, like back when I had my apartment in Temecula, me and my buddy John were tripping on acid, right? And like we're.
Dude, no, hold on. You gotta save this. I'm sorry, everybody. We're cutting this podcast short. Not short, but I'm cutting him short. We're going to continue this podcast. If our special guest can't meet up on Sunday to film an episode, you are my next guest again.
All right, well, everybody, I just want to say thank you for having me. You know what I mean? I know I'm a excellent fucking host.
I'm the host.
But, like, come on,
You're
bro,
an
like,
excellent guest.
I'm an excellent co-host / guest. I wake up in the morning and I piss excellence. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. Madden 21 champion. Best rapper alive.
Okay.
I think that's it. Thank you, Salt Lake.
What the fuck are you talking about?
No, I had to shout out like a random city. You want me to shout out another one?
Yeah.
All right.
Shout out a city in Colorado.
All right. Thank you, Colorado Springs. We love you. Shouts out Boulder and Pueblo. That's where I'm from. And Denver too, because you know we stay a mile high. Ah ha ha. All right, I'm done. Thank you.
Brother. It was
Love
good.
you guys.
It was good having you on. Thank
yeah,
you very
dude,
much.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, you'll be on again very shortly because I have more stuff I want to talk about, psychedelics, all that stuff.
Oh yeah, we got stories.
Yeah, and then everybody, you time travelers, yes, you. I'm talking to you, you time traveler. Yes, you. Yeah, you. Send me your fucking clips on Instagram. It's right in front of your face. Go.
Press the fucking button.
DM us your clips.
Stop being a lazy piece of shit.
For real. Stop being lazy.
What the fuck are you doing?
Stop being bashful.
Stop
being
beating your
scared.
meat.
We wanna
Stop
feature...
tapping on that bitch's picture. She don't want to fuck with you. Send your fucking clips, you dumb motherfucker.
We want to feature everybody's clips on the podcast. We'll do it.
Damn straight.
We'll do it in different ways in different episodes, just because.
We'll do it how the fuck we want to.
Rylen doesn't skate too much, so he doesn't really have any footage. So like on this episode, I'll
do a 360 dick flip on your bitch though.
Right in the face.
What's up?
But so in this episode, the intro will probably be clips of you guys, right? And then the outro will probably be music by Rylen, or vice versa. I'm not sure how we'll do it. But either way...
Nah, bro, I got tracks. Come on now. I got you.
Either way, send us your clips, send us your footage. We'll
I'm
feature it on the
like
podcast.
These motherfuckers.
We love you guys. We thank you for the
Kidding,
support.
you guys are lazy.
Like, share, subscribe, comment. Please comment. We need more comments. If you think something that we say is stupid, tell us. If you think something we say is cool, or you agree with what we say, let us know. If you think that the show should go somewhere specific, or we should interview someone specific, comment. Let us know. Hit us up. We're going to be interviewing Ashad or Nija or nobody like that. But we could pull some other people off. Yeah, I mean, maybe one day. But
Nah, bro, you got to speak it into existence. One day it will happen.
If you guys have anybody who makes music, art, anyone that you want to see here talking with us, let us know. Please. Thank you again, you time traveling motherfuckers. Sun up, sun down, high noon, low temp. I don't care what the fucking situation is. Enjoy it. Have a good one. Bye bye.
I'm going crazy. Okay. Feel like fuck talking about some money. Feel like half of y'all was fake when you say you love me. Feel like fuck all that shit that you expect of me. Feel like fuck that man that really sit above me. Feel like life is a bitch and that bitch is not that funny. Feel like life is a bitch that's my side and we comfy. Feel like fuck Supreme, fuck some bait, fuck some Air Force Ones. Feel like fuck these bitches, I can't seem to really care for one. Feel like this is what Rob was talking about when he said he just wanna hear all that real shit. Feel like fuck it all, feel like I don't wanna feel shit. Feel like I don't need a lot, I just really need a meal, bitch. Feel like y'all push me to the edge and pull the kill switch. Feel like Zamasu, it's me against the galaxy. Feel like I'm the only one who hold it down like gravity. I feel like shit be happening and God is really mad at me. God's crazy, Donnie Darko. God's crazy, Donnie Darko. These days, so much shit has changed. These days, shit is not the same. These days, I don't want the chain. And these days be hot, but I'ma make it rain. I'ma make it rain. I'ma make it rain. Thought I told you. I'ma make it rain. These days, it be hard to find someone we trust. These days, we just need that money in a rush. These days, I swear we hardly give a fuck. These days, I swear we don't need no love. These days, it be hard to find someone we trust. These days, we just need that money in a rush. These days, I swear